Yep.
All right. This is session 4 of the Dire Arc, Heading to the Wild. I'm Clint, the SD.
I'm Austin. I'm playing Boar, a blood mage human. I don't remember.
I'm
Playing
Kevin.
Bora guy.
I'm the co-skill daddy.
I'm John. I play Steve, which is Kalesh.
Mike, I play Nana, giant brawler.
All right. So last time you guys were in Andaluvia. It was a two-parter. You were trying to find the king, the Mad King, king in Andaluvia, for the kings of Serenominel, Andorian and Evander. You journeyed through some passages, encountered some weird mushrooms and stuff. Eventually found this guy in a ruined castle, along with some, I think I called them fungal berserkers and generic cannibals and that kind of thing. His name was Dalton Braun. He wasn't the actual king, but he was someone who had been around for a couple thousand years or whatever since Andaluvia fell, and he had information that the kings would find useful. Your little snowflake metals popped out, formed a portal. I believe Evander stepped through. He and this guy Dalton Braun had a little parlay, however you want to say it, and came to an agreement. And then you guys were kind of teleported back to Serenominal, which was really neat. So, it is now the 15th of first month, 2023 PA, 11 in the morning. 15 days after this campaign started in-game. Something like 6 months in real time. You guys were teleported here to the Frolicking Filly in Little Ranu about 4 days ago after meeting with Dalton Braun, the not king of Andaluvia. The Frolicking Filly is a really nice place. The king's paid for a week for you guys to just relax and recover and that kind of thing.
Staying at the old deer cabin.
Everything is ridiculously comfy. The beds and chairs. Everything's well polished hardwood and gleaming stone. This is a fancy, expensive place. That would cost tons of marks to stay the night at. The mark being.
So
the,
what you're saying is we feel out of place.
yes. You feel extremely out of place.
I'm too dumb to know about this. I'm just living it up.
Not us too dumb to understand social norms and class.
Class systems.
No,
I'm just happy to be here.
Just happy to be here, guys.
Well, I mean, so are we, but we're kind
You're
of
aware.
Yeah, we're just people are staring. We just don't care,
There's always bards in the common room, 24 hours a day. There's plays going on in the common room. There's poetry. This is constant entertainment, constant relaxation. You guys agreed to do a second job for the Kings of Serenominel. The job was to head to the wild north of Bilebarrow Outpost, which is Serenominel's foothold in the wild, as they try to tear everything out of the wild and ship it back to Serenominel for industrialization and financial gain. On your map, the coordinates up there are 26Z or Z26, however you say that. The job involved the fact that the kings had sensed a presence in that square that had killed soldiers. Specifically 3 Thunderjacks, a few dozen settlers. Let me rephrase that. 3 Thunderjacks and a few dozen settlers were attempting to set up a farming and lumbering community. Something of that nature near a lake that has been called the Lake of Swords. When you were first told of this mission 11 days ago, I have a note. 4 months ago, as time flies in the real world. When you were first told of this mission 11 days ago, Evander said that there were 3 survivors recovering in Bilebarrow Outpost, and he said that there was a hunter that would be your liaison with the military and the various groups in the outpost. His name was Anton Nesseth. The kings wanted you to go to the Lake of Swords and discover what had killed the settlers and soldiers and Thunderjacks, and kind of investigate the presence that they sensed. And then kill or subdue it if it was monstrous in nature, and then parlay with it if it was not. They really like the word parlay. It's a cultural thing.
You wouldn't understand.
You wouldn't understand.
Party. Do they say it like
Oh yeah, like
Like
they
in
say it like really snooty noble.
No, I meant like in
Pirates
Caribbean.
of the Caribbean
Paris
movies.
Caribbean with Cactus Jack. You know how he's always
Cactus
Captain Jack.
Captain Jack Sparrow.
Half bag. Parlay.
Parlay.
If anyone says parlay one more time, we'll have their tongues.
Anyway, so you've had a couple days of downtime. As this is more for Tony's character because he's a crafter. But have any of you guys been doing anything in your downtime or just relaxing?
Cleaning guns and I don't know.
Very
I
reasonable.
forgot that I'm a junk collector, so I probably got figured out. So
There's probably some really expensive junk around this place.
Yes, very expensive junk.
going through the trash.
It's like 16 golden candlesticks in there.
Walking really slowly so they don't clink.
So, I guess we'll move along. So it's now lunchtime. Lunch is a glorious affair at the Frolicking Philly. There's multiple courses, desserts, fine wines, delicious peaty whiskeys, and so on. Today's lunch is a meaty stew heavy on the garlic and full of potatoes, carrots, that kind of thing. Like it's simple fare, but it's well seasoned and like perfectly like cooked. It's delicious. Shortly after lunch, maybe you guys are in the common room digesting, or you're in your suite of rooms because like you have a whole suite of like 6 interconnected rooms and then like a common room up there. Shortly after lunch, wherever you guys are, a middle-aged human approaches you. He's got a shaved head and face, like he's clean-shaven. He's wearing like a snow-white tunic, black vest over it, black trousers, very shiny black shoes with silver buckles, and a nice and cozy-looking black cloak stitched with like silver thread. You recognize him from our first session. He's the guy that approached you at the meeting with the Kings originally when you first got to Little Ranu, after the Potbelly Vulture Possum dropped you off. His name was Aloysius, and he said he was a royal crier for the Kings. Unless you guys immediately chase him away or anything, he says, "Greetings, heroes of the Connaught Slain. The Kings hope that you have enjoyed resting and recuperating here in the Frolicking Philly. They've privately owned it for many decades, and they pride themselves on its long record of treating guests to the finest food and entertainment available in the nation. I am here to inform you that the pot-bellied vulture possum has finished its repairs and has been restocked with green coal and will be headed back to Vilebarrow Outpost tomorrow at dawn. The Kings have obtained passage for you on it, and it will convey you to Vilebarrow Outpost so that you may begin investigating the events that occurred at the Lake of Swords. This will be a working holiday, so to speak. You'll be acting as the guards of the pot-bellied vulture possum while it journeys upriver. This is a return trip, so the chance of bandit attack is low, but not non-existent. This will be a straight shot with no stops, with green coal burning the whole way. So it should take roughly 3 days to journey upriver. Once in Vilebarrow Outpost, you will meet with your liaison, the hunter Anton Nesseth, at an inn just off the harbor called the Drowned Dream, and begin your investigation. Are there any questions?
Drowned dream. Don't go sleep on that boat. Is that a boat, right?
That's a tavern, like
Tavern,
an inn kind of place in the harbor.
Can I have your belt or your boot buckles?
No. Do you need them for a reason?
They're shiny.
He pulls out like a little like a mark, and it's very well polished. Enjoy that. And he's kind of like he's speaking to you like adults speak to like little kids, that like he's not he's met you before, he like knows what Nana's vibe is, and like he's of course, here's a shiny coin.
Because otherwise I would have taken the shoes.
Picks him up. I'll call him George.
I almost want to retcon. Poor Aloysius being hung upside down by Nana. I want the shoe.
Like when I gotta try to fight Cooper when he's too tired to get his shoes off.
No!
And it's like weird too. It's like you can't keep them on him, and then when you need to take them off, you can't get them to him either. It's like, how's this magic?
I just replaced the laces in my work boots with like these elastic laces that have like these plastic
Yeah,
like
the
little
clips.
thingies, like
Yeah.
clips and stuff attached to them. Oh, so great.
I mean,
waking up at like 3 in the morning when you've been sleeping for a couple hours trying to get on work boots that you have to lace up is kind of an issue. These have been a game changer.
The only reason we tie our shoes is to prove that we can.
I haven't tied shoes in I don't know
I got
how many
slip-ons.
years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wear boots that don't have laces at all.
That's kind of nice.
Zipper.
It's not a zipper. It's elastic.
My boots are zipper, and then my other shoes are Hey Dude slip-ons. Yeah.
I went and got them Skechers step-ins.
Hey dudes.
I tie my boots.
You see where people are taking the steel toe out of your regular boots and putting them in, hey dudes?
Really?
They glue them in, hey dudes.
All right.
Each their own,
I
guess.
feel like that's not as structurally sound, but whatever.
Steel toes are any good if you're dropping
Stuff
heavy.
on your toes.
Until Ocean tells me I can't.
Well, the
He's got a steel toe.
well, if it gets to a certain point, if it's certain heavy, the steel toes don't even help. Then
Yeah.
it even hurts. It's even.
Mm-hmm.
There's a certain break.
A lot of steel toes aren't even steel
I'm
toes
sure if you
anymore.
would
They're
find
like
them
a
without
polymer
steel toe.
or plastic, so that they'll
No,
shatter.
but what
too
happens
heavy
is if
instead
it's
of
too
bending
heavy,
and cutting your toes
metal
off.
will shear your toes off.
Yeah.
Instead of just crushed.
They would have just been smushed anyways, though.
Yeah, they probably would have broke.
Back to it.
Sorry.
No, it's
Sorry.
okay.
It's okay.
This is real.
This ain't Critical
Gaming.
Role. We can jibber jabber at each other.
Yeah.
It's fine.
We want to have more talent.
How are we ever going to get to 35 subscribers if we keep doing this shit?
Yeah, bring
That's
her
probably
in.
how we get to 35 subscribers.
I just want to get sponsored by a liquor company. That just...
Okay. Anyone have any questions for Aloysius?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right. He was your info dump for the session. So it's like 1 in the afternoon. Aloysius has left. The potbelly vulture possum leaves tomorrow at dawn. If you have any shopping you want to do, now's a good time. Barrow Outpost is also a good place to shop. You guys are set on food and water and stuff, but if you want anything extra now or when you dock at Barrow is the time to get it.
Where do we kind of better weapons? How's that work?
Basically buying weapons. You say what skill you want to use, like whether that's knife or sword or axe hammer or whatever. And then it's more expensive based on how many traits the weapon has.
Okay. No, I just was wondering how that would.
Yeah.
It's more or less like what your weapon is in good repair. What
Yeah.
what features are you looking for a new weapon to have?
Yeah.
What do you mean by that, though? Like, I'm not sure. I
So like
follow.
it's not like let's say 5th edition where like, oh, I'm looking for a +1 weapon now.
Mhm.
It's weapons are more like this weapon is as good as it's going to be with the traits it has. Like
Yeah.
So
you are good enough where like a mildly sharper sword isn't going to really do you much better
So
than
you
your-
want something like
pretty good
I
sharp
want a
sword.
sword that's got a serrated back edge or something.
Yeah.
yeah
Um,
to
or-
be able to saw through something and
buy a
fight.
pair of sights.
Get
for
some
guns.
kind of bleeding.
There are
on
magic
or
weapons.
something.
I do have some rough guidelines on like what magic will do for weapons and armor. I don't think it's really necessary at this point. Like,
No, I just
No,
didn't
I
know
just was
what.
wondering
Okay.
if like I was telling him if like I was looking for a sight for my gun or
Yeah, so I'm looking for a long range pistol. Like that would be adding long range.
yeah, that would just be adding the long range.
Yeah.
Adding
trait.
traits and stuff.
Yeah.
so
Which,
if I
if
get-
you want to make that modification, you can. Now's the perfect time to do it. It's just a resources roll.
No, that's fine. I was wondering how because right now, like I said, we're at the beginning that it.
Yeah, you guys are trained warriors, adventurers, however you want to describe that. Like you're as proficient as can be with the current weapons you've been given. It's the obviously like your dice pool represents you getting better,
Yes.
but it's the weapon itself doesn't increase in that regard.
Yeah.
It can do other things. It's a more versatile weapon. It's something like that. Like, okay, I really like this sword, but I wish it had a little bit longer reach. Okay, I want like this style weapon with reach. How would I achieve that?
With the resources roll.
Yes.
With the wild, is there any like known issues with just normal adventuring within
Yeah,
it?
yeah, it's full of huge, nasty creatures and nasty plants and snow.
Sounds like we should have a ranger.
With like the plants issue, like is it like poisonous plants? Or are they like?
He's the DM or whatever
Yes.
he is. He's
Well,
not
I just
gonna
didn't
tell
know.
you.
It's if Ragnar were here, he could tell you that it's some of it's poisonous, but primarily it's weird. Like it's weird plant life, carnivorous plant life. You know.
Okay.
And it's winter right now, so the plant life is kind of subdued. The major concern right now would be the animals. That's the primary concern. The wild plant life in the wild doesn't die. Like the grass doesn't die in the wild. It just hibernates for the winter. And the plant life that is there, that is carnivorous, you can wake it up if you poke and prod at it. But for the most part, it's going to be hidden under the snow, which is several feet thick.
And it's definitely snow time, like now.
Yes, yes. It's snow time right now.
Snow time.
Snow time, also called winter,
The evil period.
the evil period of winter. So that's what you get for adventuring in Russia.
It's not like- I don't think it's too bad. You wanna
So
try?
I have torches right now. I remember them being useful against like the other plants. Like, is there? I don't like want like a flamethrower, but like maybe like
Yeah, there's
There's
like
like
there's like lamp oil and stuff, and like
Okay.
lanterns and stuff. There's alchemical compounds. Actually, Tony's not here, but Bob's main weapon is like an incendiary grenade.
oh okay. I probably.
Oh,
didn't
we
think
could have used that
Look too
during
far
those
into that
purple
then.
thingies.
But yeah, like if you want to stock up on incendiary, like if you want to buy incendiary grenades, that's fine. If you want to buy a weapon like Bob has that is an incendiary grenade, you can do that.
Nah, that's fine.
Okay.
Go blacksmith, get one of those billows.
Did we ever
Fill
say
it
what
up
the
with, like-
name of this session was?
The name of the session is Heading to the Wild. Very on the nose.
Yeah.
Not
That's-
even hiding it.
That's why I didn't. That's why.
Do we really want to go to the wild?
No. Detour, we're going there.
There's the players I know.
There we go. As always,
want
you're
to do
free to divert.
It's cold. Let's go south.
Let's go. I do have some things I want to test in the Chain of Fire. There's a whole race of cannibal dragon men that.
That sounds real warm.
Yeah, that sounds
It's very warm. It's volcanically active.
A little spicy.
I'm resistant to fire.
Why is this so spicy?
So, it sounds like no one wants to do anything special. So
Nope,
we're just
not
going to
right
head to the next day. It is 5:30 in the morning on the 16th of first month. You guys all got an appropriate amount of sleep, a responsible amount of sleep, and you're ready to roll. You find your way to the dock address that the pot-bellied vulture possum is berthed at. The crew is much later than your first journey. Like in your first journey, there were dozens of guards, dozens of raft. This is just the pot-bellied vulture possum itself and you guys. There is the captain, Matthew Foley, a couple engineers, 4 sailors, and the captain's second, plus you guys. There's not a lot of room, but there's a couple berths below deck for hammocks, gear, that kind of thing. And lots of machinery and crates of green coal. As a reminder, green coal is the alchemically treated like charcoal and coal using like reagents farmed from dragons. It burns hotter, faster, more efficiently to power like the steam boiler in the pot-bellied vulture possum, so it can just up the river.
More power.
More power, yes. MOAR. You guys get aboard, you stow your gear with no ceremony whatsoever. Captain Goalie gives a yar, and the engineers start shoveling green coal into the furnace, and the stacks begin belching green smoke, and the vessel howls and vibrates and lurches into motion, heading
Green
east on the
energy.
Connets Lane.
Yeah, at its finest.
Captain Foley doesn't seem to require anything of you guys. His 4 sailors seem to split the watch between the 4 of them, with night shift and day shift, with one sailor at the fore and one at the aft of the vessel. Do you guys occupy yourselves? Can't talk. Too much whiskey. Do you occupy yourselves with anything during the trip? Like, do you set up watches? Do you help out? Like, what do you, or do you just hang out?
We're supposed to be security, yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess maybe we would take a watch of some sort.
Okay.
Then it just sits
Top
on
all
the top of
Wesley.
the cab. all day.
Up top.
Yep. Just sits there dangling his feet off.
Just-
Blocking the view of the captain because he's not freaking legs.
There we go. All right. So, do you have anyone in mind? Like, do you help out with like night watches or anything, or do you get your sleep?
Yeah,
Probably
I
do
figured
a
we'd
rotation.
rotate.
What's it?
I'll swab
Okay.
the poop deck.
I'm pretty much just staying up there 24/7,
just-
sleeping on top.
You just sleep on the. Okay.
Yeah.
Inhaling the green smoke.
Let's go on that way.
All right. It's 2 days later, the 18th of first month. You'll reach Bilebear Outpost tomorrow evening. Currently, you're a few dozen miles east of Slanda at the coordinates T21. It's midnight. If Nana is keeping watch up there, go ahead and give me a perception. Intuition plus perception observation.
Three. 1 6.
One hit or two hits because
Yeah.
it's a 6, so it's 2. Okay. I'm gonna assume that.
6 is count as 2 hits.
Right.
So I'm gonna assume that you two are sleeping. Go ahead and
Probably.
roll for me. Intuition plus perception, 6th sense.
Intuition, perception. Okay.
I don't remember.
So,
Haha! Nope.
What was the other?
Oh, wait. I have a 1 as well out of the 2 dice. So what was
It's under perception. 6
Oh,
sense,
yeah.
which is
Yeah.
everything.
I'll store that for later.
Just the plus 3. Yeah. Plus 3.
yeah.
Hey, we're rolling just like I did last time.
So that's a critical fail.
Yes,
Yes.
yeah.
2 6s.
Yep.
That's a fumble.
I got 2 6s and a 5.
So 2, 4.
Is it 4? 2, 4, 5. Yeah.
So
Maybe I
5.
should have went with
And
that
a
skill
2.
monkey.
Really good. Okay. So let's go with 5. And only one of the special ones.
Special.
I mean, I
I
rolled
was
a
hoping
3.
for this.
I rolled
That's
a
why I
3.
put myself up there. I had something I want to try.
Clint, I rolled a
Is that
3
is the
instead.
5 is 3 the special?
4 regular mercs and 1 special.
Do you want them in a certain spot, or do you want to?
So I'm just gonna set them up now. So we've got one guy at the 4 of the vessel. Who's this? Is this just
It's
one
a
of the,
sailor.
That's a sailor. We'll
Yep.
keep
The only
him on.
person on the barge other than the sailors is Nana.
Yeah.
Okay.
put mine
And Foley, obviously.
Okay.
That's Foley.
Nick Foley? That's Captain.
That's a sailor there. Who's up front?
This guy.
That's Captain Foley. We'll leave
Nope.
him.
Captain Foley's the bald guy.
Bald guy.
That was my intention. Yeah.
Okay.
He's like a gnome.
Or dwarf.
So we got one guy up here, one sailor up there, and then you guys give me your minis. Set them off. You'll start here when things happen. So for now, I've got. In there. Put him here.
I said bad. I say yeah. Let's just take a look quick.
Okay.
Oh, that's cool.
So. Nana, you're sitting up there hanging out. You see 4 little goblin guys curl up out of the side, out of the water, and then one goblin witch doctor-y looking guy appear there in a black in the darkness. Roll for initiative.
Is it just the initiative, like the?
Yeah, just roll the initiative itself.
Just for
That already factors in your agility and stuff.
Cool.
I got the exact same roll as I rolled last time.
I got actually worse than a 1 and a 2. I got double 1s.
Steve, you got a 5. You got double 1s?
I got a 3.
I rolled 1 and 2 last time. I got double 1s this time. It's amazing.
So the
I got 2 6s.
Goblin Mercenary initiative is 4. And the Goblin Shadow Mage initiative is 8.
I was very tired. I just never woke up.
What are the sailors fully doing?
We'll have them go after after Nana. I didn't actually roll initiative for them. Boar, you fumbled the perception roll to hear them moving around in your sleep, and you rolled a failure for initiative. So you're gonna go last, and you're gonna miss your first turn.
He's still
Yep.
He's in the water now.
put you over there to remember that for now.
So,
Like, huh, what?
Ouch.
I'm very tired.
so Nana, you see these guys pop up. Do you want to like yell or hey, get out of here or anything like that?
Yeah. Weird little men.
Okay, Steven, you wake up. You're in the initiative order. Boar, you. Nah,
I'm gonna take care of 2 kids. I'm tired.
So,
Like he's dealt with Nana yelling last week. He doesn't want to hear it anymore.
So we are now in initiative and battle. These guys clearly, like, they all have knives drawn. They are clearly marauders intent to do harm.
We get 3 actions, right?
2 actions.
2 actions. Okay.
Do we think he doesn't have line of sight, does he? Nana, does he? No. I'm going to say he doesn't because you got too much cover. He might be aware you're up there, but he can't get a good line of sight on you.
Might be able to see like the top of my hood or something.
Go to my little head job.
Nope.
Yeah, that's a pretty good idea.
He doesn't even know he's there.
He might know I'm there when he poofed in.
Yeah, I'd say no.
Okay. So,
That's a handy little thing to have for checking line of sight.
the first action our Shadow Sorcerer guy does is he begins to cast a spell. It's pitch black up here. There's maybe like a lantern back here and a lantern up front, just so like at night people can see like the vessel moving. But the mid section where the goblins are and where Nana is all in pitch black. He is going to cast a magic spell using shadow magic. 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 4, 6, 8. He's just gonna. I mean, only Nana can see this, but he kind of reaches into his pocket, pulls out like this massive darkness, and like fires it at that first guard up front. Will you roll, Kevin, a defense dodge for the guard up there? We'll call it a pool of 5.
4 successes.
4. He got 4 hits. So it's neutral, nothing happens, right? That's yeah, that's what we
I
agreed.
think we just said defender would win.
Yeah. So he's just gonna do it again.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
4 successes.
4 successes. All right, he takes 5 damage. I'm going to say that kills our little guard man. He's not like a level character or anything. He's just a sailor.
This guy.
Yep, that guy.
He is an
Oh,
NPC.
he's my favorite.
He is an
though.
NPC, so he's down. That is sufficient. He's got a health of 1.
So
he's
am I
never
out?
played.
Oh, he falls off into the water.
I see. Am I out of the? I can't see my guy on the other side.
Water / acid.
So
either.
there's. It looks just like this on the
No,
other side.
but I mean, as in,
Yes, you're on the other side
So
here.
I probably would have seen that happen.
Do you want to start over here by the ladder or over here by the ladder?
No, that's fine. If that's
Okay.
where you put me, that's fine.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know if I could see what happened.
Yeah, you can see that
Okay.
happen.
I didn't know if I had to make my way out.
We'll say you guys just came out of the door.
Yeah,
I
we'll
think
see.
that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes
Well,
perfect
That's
sense.
the,
Oh yeah,
still
there's
in
the
the
door.
door.
Okay.
okay,
Yeah.
fair enough. You're
Not
still,
quite exactly the same.
So yeah,
He's
you,
taking a dookie.
Hold on, guys.
you hear the scream and the plunge into the river. Okay. I think that's reasonable.
yeah. Because like I said, I can't.
Oh god, he would have had burden 6 to his dodge because it's. Oh no, it would have been 3 because there's light up there. Never mind. Okay, so
He's dead either way.
he's dead either way. This first goblin, their movement is
He's trying to save a PC.
8. Where's my little?
It's around the table.
This thing?
Yes, the measuring stick.
Haven't seen one of those in a long time.
Right. So that is 7 inches. He just kind of.
And that's exactly what happens.
That's
He
exactly
dies.
what happens. He uses one action to move, and his second action to stab the shit out of that guy with brawl plus agility.
If that's the
is-
engine, though, isn't it hot?
It's real hot.
maybe.
I'm just playing devil's advocate.
It's probably hot. I don't know if it's hot enough to burn him through his like leather boots and stuff, but it is hot.
Water cooled.
It's water cooled.
Yeah, I'm just saying, if I'm thinking of coal engine, I don't know how hot
No. Green coal.
Green goal, yeah.
it's green energy.
So we'll do the same thing. Defense dodge of 5, -3 for it being dim light. We will try to stab him.
How about -2 successes then?
He got 3 hits. We'll say that's enough to stab him and knock him off.
Okay.
We already took care of that.
The other one already fell off.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
all right.
So this gentleman here is going to. He's going to come up here.
Shouldn't it have been? Oh, Steve, you did go.
No, I didn't go.
Oh, Steve didn't go. I'm sorry. I forgot the initiative order.
Surprise attack round.
Steve.
Surprise attack. Steve, you're up.
No,
They did all fail. I mean,
Steve, you're up.
Oh, no, that's fine. I was just asking what was going on here. I thought now that was part of.
Yeah, I was getting confused.
that's
That
just
was-
the main.
You're getting
big bad.
carried
Blame the whiskey.
away. You were
I was
having
getting carried away. I
fun.
just wanted to kill you all. I just wanted to murder all of my players.
Just blame the whiskey.
Yeah.
Yes. If I kill all my players, then no one can bail on sessions.
So I'm gonna probably come and probably peek around the corner, right? I ain't gonna run. Yeah, I'm not gonna run straight out and see what the hell is happening. I want to see him fall, and probably hear him too. Then.
Yeah,
Since
you
you
would
already
you would have
did.
easily heard him like dunk 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 move over there.
And that guy go, ah!
All right, so you just peek around the corner.
And I
You
see
see-
jackass, right?
Yep.
You said dim light. So how's that work?
It's dim light, so you'll have a burden of 3 on anything that uses vision. So like stabbing someone, dodging, shooting
Shooting?
someone, perception checks in general.
So how's what do you mean by so if I'm gonna
Rid-
shoot?
Reduce the dice pool by 3.
Yeah,
Okay.
burden means reduce the dice pool. So you'll reduce whatever dice pool you use as long as it's vision based by 3.
So what do I
You won't
use?
because you have night vision or
Well, it's
dark
just
vision.
half the burden.
Oh, have. Okay.
We're rounding up or down.
Round down.
So if I go to shoot, I got a 3. I'm gonna shoot my gun. That's 3.
And that would be agility if you're using shoot.
Agility. That's 1, and that's all I add, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so then -3, so I get 4.
4. Which guy are you using or targeting?
The only one I can see
The
is
main
the
one.
guy.
The Shadow Sorcerer.
Yep.
Let's see what his.
Whoa, one hit and 1 critical.
One hit and crit.
So 3 hits.
So he would have defense.
Well, I meant no -1 or 1, so it's a critical miss.
I'm
Miss,
so
sorry.
confused. What?
Critical miss, but a hit. 1 hit and 1 critical hit or miss.
So, -1.
What?
I don't know what the hell.
So just know.
I got a 4 and a 1.
You got a 4.
And a 1.
What did you got? A 4 and,
And
a
a
1.
1. Yeah, that was a 4.
Okay. The fumbles, the ones only matter if it's 50% or more of your
Yep.
dice. roll.
Yep.
Oh,
So you got
so-
1 hit.
You got 1 hit. He has a defense dodge of 7,
I forgot
-1 for being in, or -3 for being in complete darkness. So that's 4. 1. He got 1 hit, and you only got 1 hit, so that's a wash.
Now, shoot him again.
Shoot him again.
Is blocking in action or no?
Yes.
Like
moving is an
I
action.
got 2 critical fails, and it's 50%. I got 2 3s and 2 1s.
So that is a fumble.
That is a fumble. Your gun jams. You have to spend an action on jam.
So then I'm tucked back underneath, or back behind the wall.
Moving is an action.
You only get 2 actions.
Yeah, you only get 2 actions. Moving is an action.
Well, then I should only shot once then.
Okay.
Perfect.
That's fine.
Your gun's not jammed.
That's not jammed. Everything's fine.
Yeah, because it was like I thought. Okay, I forgot action was moving.
Yep. 2
All right.
actions.
So these 2 guys move up here as their first actions. And then, do they have ranged weapons or are they just mercs? I don't think they have ranged.
That is where like the steering wheel and everything is. So I figured Captain Foley would be in there.
Yeah, it's
but that's up to you. If
Middle of the night, maybe he was asleep.
nah,
I hope not.
he's there. Are they gonna kill Captain Foley?
You should
I
have
can
a
steer
lift.
this ship.
The ship's already going down already.
Captain Foley sees these two goblins and goes, "Nah!"
He could have had the door shut.
I love it.
Well, actually, would he see that guy get shot?
He would have heard the shot and the stabs and the falls
And Nana.
and Nana yelling. I think they're just gonna sit there and Captain Foley is gonna go, and that's his action for the rest of the combat.
Could have shut the door. Locked the door.
There is no door.
There is no door. It's just an open cabin.
It's a whole door.
Nope.
That's where you gotta hide.
This is what happens when you don't go to school and you end up leading a caravan down the river.
Thank you. Do we actually have a? Oh yeah, there's a picture of Captain Foley. It's Captain Foley. And we said that
He's just playing with his dinghy.
you were coming back around the corner, right? You didn't want to be out there.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of like
Oh yeah, you probably have enough movement to come back if you
Yeah.
wanted to. Because
I didn't use all my.
we said you can split your movement, right?
Yeah, you can split up your movement.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, you were there. How much movement? What's your movement? on
6.
6. Yeah, you can do. Do you want to do the second attack or not?
It's already passed.
Well,
Okay.
it'd still be
Either
two
way.
actions because you moved out and then shot and then moved back
Yeah.
behind the.
I think moving out would have been enough for him to move out and back as part of his action.
That's how I feel. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We're on the same page.
Are we sure?
Maybe. I don't know.
I'm just
Shut up.
rolling dice. So
You're not the boss of me.
Kobos.
Kobos.
You're the leader of this ship, so it goes down with you.
You are Captain Foley.
Good luck with that. I think he's just gonna hold his action there.
What kind of a river is this?
And that brings us to Nana. What fucked up shenanigans do you want to do?
I am assuming there's cannonballs nearby since there's cannons up there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can I grab a cannonball as I come over here?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna whip a cannonball at him.
You're running with a cannonball? Let me look at
There is a cannon, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna throw a cannonball at him." I love it.
Oh, I thought you were gonna throw. Yeah, they're fired the cannon too. It don't matter to me.
No, we're gonna throw a cannonball.
Exactly.
Throw it
I
at
am the
you.
cannon.
No, that's fine.
So, Cannonball is going to have the heavy trait, which means it'll do an additional damage, and it takes 2 hands to wield.
Well, it'll be 1 for him.
I figured they were small enough cannons that I could get away with it.
He is a large.
It'll do more damage if you use both hands. We'll just say it has a
Okay,
big
that's fine by me.
So,
Phew.
it'll be strength plus shoot, throw.
Okay, let me see what I've got here.
Or no, it'll be strength plus a shoot, throw.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah, because throw is part of shoot.
5. You get 5.
And it's complete darkness where you guys are, so it'll be a burden of 3 on your dice
So
roll. So
1 for me.
it'll be
Because I've got the-
it'll be 3 because the burden for complete darkness is 6. So you're having it to 3.
So I need to.
And his dodge is. Let me. It's really awkward when you don't know a game by heart.
Right?
How do you know your own game by heart? Jeez.
Thank you.
How do you write it? I have no fucking idea what's going on.
So his dodge pool is reduced down to 4 defense.
He's got a better chance than me.
At least there weren't ones.
He gets 2 hits. You get no hits. Success.
You just hear a whoop in the water.
He just steps, watches it whiz by him.
I tried. I thought it'd be cool if I could hit him with a cannonball.
I can't hit him for shit
Would've.
either, so it don't matter.
It definitely would have.
You want to throw another one?
Yeah, you
I
got
assume
two
because I
actions.
moved, I would have.
Oh, yeah, that's true. You would have had to
And I
move.
scooped the cannonball at the same
Okay,
time, so I
all right.
figured.
Yep. So that's Nana. And then who's blue?
Blue would be the sailors that are done.
Captain Foley goes, ah! And then we're back at the top with the goblin sorcerer. And Nana is going upstairs, so he is going to.
I don't know if he's still. Well, I don't know. He might have sight, but I don't.
Well, I think he has like now.
I don't know because when he did the light thing, he barely got underneath.
No,
the-
I mean I'm.
Oh.
I could definitely see.
Oh
that.
yeah, you're right. Now.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're right.
now I would feel like it's.
Yeah.
And he probably see up to his shoulder and above at this point. He would know he's there for sure, especially with
That's right,
Cannonball.
Cannonball throwing a rock at him.
If Nana could see him, I'm pretty sure he could see him.
Reciprocation usually is a thing. Yeah, definitely.
He uses shadow magic and casts a spell and teleports over here. And then he uses.
That's why he missed.
You guys ever seen X-Men when what's it called? What's his name?
I don't know. You're telling the story.
Night Stalker?
Yeah, Night Stalker. That's what I picture Shadow Magic
Nightcrawler.
looking like. Nightcrawler. Yeah,
But who's Night Stalker? Is that just made up? I don't know.
probably. That's
I know it's Night something.
Nightcrawler or Night Stalker is who you were thinking when we met Night Stalker. No, the other way. I'm having a stroke.
I was so confused, but that's fine.
Nightcrawler is his name, and I think you said Night Stalker when you met Nightcrawler, but you were still way closer than what I was.
I guess I don't remember who he is.
So he
He's the
has-
blue dude.
Oh,
Yeah, it teleports.
Yeah.
I know what, like who he was. I don't remember his name apparently, but
Yeah. So he opens up casts shadow magic, and he opens up a portal here that where Steven and Bor are. And
am
just,
I even out there yet?
yeah, you guys. Unless you want to spend a
He's-
couple more turns coming up. From
He's
the bottom
like
of the
he's
deck.
missing a
Well, I just
turn.
didn't know because I was still like behind.
Yeah, that's true.
He skipped a turn. Yeah, he
Yeah,
still might
okay.
technically be in there.
So you're technically inside. So it's just Steven for this. He opens up this portal to the Shadowlands, and this wave of cold fills the area. So I want you to make a health plus resist toughness.
So your health is 3,
Yeah.
and then resist, and then toughness. So 5. Resist plus toughness. Yep.
Throw it up here because that box didn't do shit for me either.
Ooh.
2 hits.
3.
3?
Yep.
He got 4. You take 4 cold damage.
I'm dead.
You're wearing clothing, so you reduce that by 1 to 3 cold damage.
So where is my?
Physical damage.
Yeah, no, but where is that?
Top left.
Hit points, which is not calculated on yours. Oh, right, there, max 6.
7.
7, okay. So,
So you said 4.
minus 1
Three.
because you're wearing
Three.
clothing, so
I'm
3.
at 4 then.
So, yep, you're at 4.
How many hit points do you have?
That seems
seems
wrong,
wrong,
right?
doesn't it?
Yeah. That's your.
Oh, that's your mental. Physical. 17.
Yeah, 17. So you're
I
down to
was like,
13.
man, that is
I
very.
was gonna
low.
say, I was like, well, fuck, I'm dead.
Let's just go. You're down.
Okay.
Guys, it's really cold.
It was draining my medical.
The Shadow Goblin teleported, and then he created a blast of cold around Steven.
Oh, fun.
And now we were at Steven.
Oh. Well, so is he closer? Or is it still, since he's closer, is it still minus 3?
It's now minus 6 because he's in complete darkness. Where he's at.
What do you mean?
There's no light.
So
He-
I'm confused then, because if he was
So-
over here, how would I see him then?
How did you see him then?
Yeah, that's what I'm.
You wait. You don't have night vision.
I
You
know.
should have had a burden of 6 on your dice pool. The first shot because he was in darkness, right?
I missed anyways.
Yeah.
I missed
Well, you
anyway.
said
But
that there was a
what?
light in the back and a light in the front. I don't know how much.
Okay,
that...
we'll call it.
No, that's what I'm saying.
The whole boat's dim light. You have a burden of 3 on your dice pools that you use vision. So
Well, because he isn't in front of the
The
light.
moon's out now.
the moon's out now. It's dim light.
No,
Everything's fine.
That's why I was like weird. I'm like, why
Yeah,
do I see
I'm-
him over here but not over there?
This is why everybody needs a co-skill day.
Yeah, for real.
I'll buy you a shot.
So yeah,
So-
you have a burden of 3 on your dice pools that use rely on vision.
So I forgot what that was. So it's 1, 3 for shoot, And then 3 for firearm, so I only get 4.
Okay. And he gets.
I got 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1 critical. 1 critical miss. So the critical misses don't count unless it's more than 2.
Half.
4.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
so
He got-
it's half or more.
He got 5 hits for
So
his dodge.
I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 hits.
Okay. He got 5. Miss.
And then I'll just shoot his ass again and miss again. I need more dice.
And there's like no negatives for like attacking twice, right?
No.
Right?
Nope.
Okay, just making sure. Just
Yeah, we
Still
designed it
trying
that
to-
way.
Yeah.
Then I
Remember-
miss everything, so it don't matter
3,
anyway.
4, 5. He got 5 hits. You
I
miss.
wanted to.
Okay.
I said that's too confusing.
All right.
well,
Steven's down.
I'm trying to make sure.
Oh, since I can move. Oh, no, never mind. I can't move. Never mind. Let's say if I can move. I was going to move in, but never mind.
So, Goblin Man here moves 8 inches. Does he do they have a knife? I'm gonna say they have a knife.
He's got one in his hand, so.
Yes. 3, 4.
I'm dead.
5, 6, 7, 8. Darkness. 7, 2, 4, 6, 7. He's gonna throw a knife at Steven's back. You have your normal agility plus defense dodge plus the light penalty.
Agility is 1.
Which is 3.
3.
What do you mean? I don't know your word. Oh, defense. So I got a +4.
4 plus 3, so 7 dice. Minus 3, so you get 4 dice.
Where do you get the 3?
Darkness. Dim light.
So I get 1 plus 3.
Agility is 3.
Oh, agility is 3.
Plus
okay.
defense 1. Plus dodge 3. And then minus 3 for the light, so 4.
Where's the defense in?
It's dark out, so
Skills.
you can't see him coming
In
up
the
as
skill
well.
section
That's
in
what
the-
the negatives for.
I get so confused.
Oh, okay.
So 3.
And he'll have 5.
I have 4.
Damn it!
So you take 4 damage. I think you're wearing light armor, so you only take 3 damage. 3 physical damage.
You still got plenty of health. What do you?
Yeah, you got tons of health.
Yeah, right. Whatever. Might as well just jump in the water.
What are you, bored?
I'll never come out. I can't swim.
One goblin mercenary moves towards Captain Foley. He tries to knock him unconscious with Brawl, which is very ineffective. Roll like 3d6 for Captain Foley's defense.
4.
I got 5.
Damn. All right.
Captain Foley goes down unconscious.
He's got that thick bat.
He's got that big bat.
Does it make any noise?
Feels like a pig.
Yes, he squeals like a pig. This guy uses his move action to climb up. Do I have a climbing skill? I don't know how climbing works.
Athletics, isn't it?
Just movement.
Yeah, acrobatics.
Well, it's a ladder. Is there a ladder? There should be no skill for using a ladder.
Well, there's no ladder up here. Nana just kind of.
Oh, no, that. Okay. So that would be better.
Yeah, but now just go.
Yeah.
Balls up.
So he's gonna throw a knife at Nana. 4, 7, 5, 6, 7. So he's got 7 dice for throwing a knife. That includes the reduced penalty for dim light. You'll have a -1 to your agility plus
Right.
defense dodge.
Is my unarmored trait bonus, because it's got boost 1 to defense, already calculated in my dodge, or do I add that?
You add that after the fact because it's situational, so your defense dodge is neutral.
Gotcha.
6, 8, 9. This was a 5.
I rolled better than average, too.
What'd you get?
I got 4
Got 4. I got
Out of my
I got
6.
10 hits
out of your...
on 2, 4, 6 dice. So
On a
that's 10 damage minus whatever your armor rating is, which I think is 1.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 9 damage. And that's the Goblin Mercenaries. So it is now Nana's turn.
Okay. Yeah.
Pick him up and throw him at that asshole over there.
That's not a bad idea. I got a 2-inch reach. I don't mean probably have to even move. Nope.
Okay. So you're gonna grab him.
Yep.
First action is to grab. That is a grapple. So we're gonna use grappling rules, which I actually created before now.
That's hilarious.
Okay. So you're gonna roll strength plus brawl unarmed against his.
If you've ever had a chance, Mike, it's right now.
Okay, where is that? His strength is 1. His grapple or athletics.
I might need more dice.
What is it? Strength plus
I gotta get more.
Oh, that's fine. I'm just saying.
brawl unarmed.
6.
So he has a grapple of 2.
Is he taking the -3? Or do we want to not count that?
I'm gonna not count this because you're like just grabbing at each other and he's trying to slap your hands away.
Stab hands.
So
Stab hands.
so neither of you will have a penalty due to like.
Sounds like on another thing. Yes.
Oh, you gotta be.
And I fumbled. The guy
12
like-
dice, I fumble.
I got no hits.
I got 5 hits and only 4 ones, so there's more than that.
You almost did!
Almost.
Okay.
That was hilarious. If you freaking gets 300 off.
They both fall off the boat, fall on me.
I
kill
got
me.
him. Oh no!
Right.
So you have him grappled.
You shove him in
Did
the
I get a
cannon.
bonus because he's small and I'm large?
And that's not in the rules, but at some point I'll probably enter something like that.
You shove him in the
So
cannon.
you've initiated the grapple. I guess I don't know what happens now. Like, what do you want to...
Oh, I'm gonna whip him at the shaman.
Okay. I guess that would be...
Aim.
That would be strength plus throw, shoot throw. You'll have a -1 for the light level.
And strength check to hold on.
So I'm gonna give. I'm gonna roll his strength plus his grapple, and every hit he gets is gonna be a burden to your attempt to throw him.
You critically failed, my friend.
That's a critical fail.
Richard jumps at the shaman.
And I got 3 out of my 4.
So the Shadow Sorcerer gets a dodge. He gets 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Like, either way, the goblin doesn't want it.
So what happens because this goblin got a double 1?
If it hits, I'm going to have him actually stab the Shadow Sorcerer for an extra damage.
That would be great.
But he's rolling 7 dice to defend.
I don't care. One goblin's going off the edge anyways.
2, 3, 4 hits. How many?
Do I have to reroll again?
What
or-
did you, how many did you get? 3 hits. Okay. So he dodges, but now he's, I guess.
Oh, and the
Austin, put him somewhere like.
Like here or in like here?
Yeah, put him there.
Okay.
But I'm gonna deal some damage to him.
A good, 20-foot drop?
What's in the middle of the boat there?
It's just as good, yeah. Like, this guy, I just like that this goblin, Shadow Sorcerer goblin,
What's,
just,
what's in
he's
there?
like shadow dodging everything.
What's that right there?
With what?
I'm trying to point, but it's not pointing.
It doesn't. It's not a
It's
pointer.
line.
I know, but what's in there? Right there, that black spot, right there.
In like a holding
The
tank?
square.
Oh, yeah. It's just like a holding.
No, I
So yeah, I don't know. Are we transporting anything back to Bile Barrel, Clint? If we are, it'd be in that
Crates
square.
and crates of green gold.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what the.
And a secret.
Ooh.
You do about 50. The drop does about 50% of his hit points in damage, and he's prone.
Excellent.
I may not hit somebody with a cannonball, but I threw a goblin.
Goblin. Okay. That brings us to Captain Foley, who is unconscious, and now Boar. Welcome to the battle.
I've probably heard the commotion at this point.
Yes, you've heard the commotion. You know what's going on. You know there are intruders. There are goblins screeching and yelling and whiting.
And I know it's dark, so I'm gonna first action is light a torch,
Copy that.
and then if I am at the door, I can probably see the guy.
Yeah,
here.
you're right behind him.
Okay, so I'm just gonna blast his ass.
Blast his ass.
Light the torch, and then I kind of just like form like a blood spear.
So you're completely illuminated in normal light. He's completely illuminated in normal light because the torch is so close. So everyone has their full bonuses to everything.
Cool. A lot of ones. A lot of ones. Let's see what happens.
You're just blasting him with flame, or like flaming blood and stuff.
I feel like I should invest in my throwing
You're
skill.
just hitting him with flaming blood.
Flaming blood.
Correct.
Well, the thing
That's
is,
all you're doing.
So if I had to take a -6, I would be throwing 1 dice.
He got 6 hits in his dodge.
I got 7.
The only reason
Nice.
I'm not is because I've got the
So that's 7 fire damage. He has leather armor on that would defray some of the flames. So that's
So it'd be like, to me,
6
it'd be like,
damage. Jesus.
I go back to sleep.
Nice.
Right.
Is he still standing?
Yeah, he's still standing. He's screaming in pain and
On fire.
Now you definitely know there's a guy behind you, John. He's
Yeah.
screaming on fire.
and he's illuminating the area somewhat.
That's right, I can't hear
The
them.
goblin torch.
All right, Shadow Mage.
Shadow Mage. Jesus. He has no line of sight on you. He knows giants are resistant to magic.
Just tell me how much I need to put down.
Close range is 3 inches, right?
I got 2 inches for my reach on my unarmed strike.
Yes.
My wife's happy with 4.
As long as she's happy.
But we definitely gotta be in close range.
4 inches penetration.
Shadow Mage is going
Just remember, it's
to...
not the size of the boat, it's the motion of the ocean. But it takes a hell of a long time to get to England in a rowboat.
Well, sometimes, like I said, I may not hit bottom, but I'm banging the fuck out of the sides. It's like a Pringles can. Lid.
I feel sorry for your wife then.
Jobby, make
Yes, ma'am.
a health
Sure, sir.
plus toughness, or health plus resist toughness.
So health is 3, toughness.
Or resist the
resist.
skill.
Yeah, I'm just trying to.
So 5 total.
Just trying to learn the language. 3.
3. He gets 4 hits.
Imagine that.
He's going to cast a shadow spell, and tendrils of shadow stuff are going to wrap around your limbs. You are going to have burden
93.
You're going to have burden 3 to your agility. Temporarily, for 2 rounds.
Which I'm not.
What's your agility?
1.
1? Okay. So, 0. That's not that big. I thought you had a higher agility.
3. You got 3.
Where do you see agility? Oh, agility. I was looking at the wrong one. Sorry.
Okay. So your agility is 0 for the next 2 rounds.
So what do I use that for to shoot then? I use that to shoot?
You use that to shoot. You use that to dodge.
Using the
you
wrong
use-
stuff then.
I thought that was odd that you kept saying it was just 1, but
Yeah.
so the second action he's going to do is shoot a bolt of shadow stuff at you, or no, he can't use shadow stuff. Well, yeah, he can use a wad of shadow stuff. He's going to fire a bolt of shadow stuff like Spider-Man fires pellets at people of his webbing.
Just tell me what I need right now.
Yep.
I'm fucking dying.
So you're gonna roll defense, agility plus defense dodge. So 0 plus defense dodge.
That's still pretty good, yeah.
2.
2. 2, 4, 6, 7. So Steven is now like completely trapped by like tentacles of shadow stuff.
I'm actually at -1, so I don't know what you want me to do.
What?
What? You have like 17 hit points.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was
but
at
you're
10.
gonna
I just got hit 4, and then you hit me how many more?
What?
So when the first roll, you hit me with 4. I was at 10, so I got hit with 4.
Okay.
Then I
So
got hit
that
with
puts you
3
from
more.
17 to 13.
Yep.
Yep.
13.
Then I got hit 3 more points for 10.
When
Then
did you get hit?
When did you get hit for another 4? When did you go from 10 to 6?
Because you told me it was 4 when I first rolled. And then
No,
now-
that wasn't damage. That was just a stat adjustment.
Oh.
Yeah, that wasn't damage. That was just a stat adjustment to reduce your agility. So Steven got wrapped up by shadows from the Shadow Mage. The Shadow Mage then just fired a bunch of, I guess, shadow stuff pellets at him.
So you said 7?
2, 4, 6,
So I'm
7.
at 3.
You take 6 because you're wearing leather armor. That reduces the damage by 1. It's just like hard pellets of shadow stuff.
I mean, you're still almost dead, but you're
You're
not
still
dead.
almost dead, but you're fine.
You can't fucking do shit, man.
All right, that's the Shadow Sorcery. Steve, it's your turn.
So is that what armor
Go
rating
back to
is?
bed.
It's a
Yes,
damage.
armor rating reduces your damage.
Oh, well then I guess I didn't take 9. I took 8.
Well, since the jackass is behind me, oh, fuck that guy. I don't care.
Remember, your agility is 0.
Yeah, I know.
But only for this turn.
Boot. This turn, at the end of this turn, and then by the end of the next turn, you'll be back to normal if you're alive.
I won't be.
If you're alive.
So I'm at.
Allegedly.
So I'm gonna shoot. So this is gonna be shooting our firearm, right?
Yes.
Do I still get -3 because it's darker as shit? So
Yes.
I get 3.
Well, what is he shooting at?
Well, I'm shooting that
Because
jackass.
the one oh, okay. I was gonna say there's one over here that's on fire.
The one on fire is illuminating everything, so you can target no penalty for light.
Yeah, that's probably.
Okay. So you're shooting the sorcerer?
Yep. I've been trying to shoot him all the time.
I got 4 hits.
So did I.
Okay.
Told ya.
No effect. Do it again?
Just one.
Okay. Good talk.
Is he like bouncing it back and forth in between the shadow realm? Is that what's happening?
Yes, he's totally phasing in and out of the shadows.
It's gotta be. It's the only
That's
thing
what's going on.
explainable.
I'm sorry, Javi.
All right, goblins.
This goblin, he's going to move up to Boar. He's going to stab at him. Actually, these guys are ranged combatants, not stabbers. So he's going to chuck a knife. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's going to chuck a knife at you. You've got the torch. You're both clearly illuminated, so you'll roll agility plus defense dodge.
Okay. That's you intelligence for some reason. I told you I wasn't very smart in real life.
Is 3 good or bad?
It's not a hit,
Okay.
so it doesn't
It's
count.
4 or higher,
Okay.
and 6 or double.
I got 6 hits.
I got 3.
3. Okay. That is 6 damage minus 1 because you're probably wearing leather armor, so 5 physical damage. Chucks a knife at you. And then he's got another action.
Is he hitting me again?
Yeah, he's gonna chuck another knife at you. 2, 4, 6. That wasn't a hit. 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 5.
I got 4.
Okay. So take 4 damage.
Jesus, this guy needs to go down.
No, that's just the other dude on the other side.
This goblin climbs up, chucks a knife at Nana.
I think we all need to invest in some knives.
Or night vision goggles. I think it's the night vision goggles.
No, I'm good. I've got dark vision. It still isn't helping.
It's dark up there, so he gets -1. He's gonna throw a knife at you. You're up here in the darkness, so you have a
I've got the dark vision.
yeah. You both have dark vision, so it's like a 1
Yeah.
penalty.
No, because the night vision over there wouldn't affect that.
I had my
This
agility to
guy's light
dodge,
on.
right?
Yeah, it's agility plus dodge or defense dodge. Okay, so he got 1 hit. Almost got a fumble.
Damn. Almost got a fumble. Not quite.
Close.
Almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades.
Yeah, I'm not even good at that either. At least you got another guy to grapple and throw.
That was what I was thinking.
Bring it up.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, it misses you. Flies off into the night. This guy's first action is to stand up.
I may not be able to throw things, but I can punch and dodge.
Dodge, duck, dip, dive, dodge.
Dodge. You said dodge twice.
It's really important.
You can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. Clank, clank.
And his second action is to chuck a knife at Steven.
Who's doing a second action?
The goblin that you chucked and did 50%
Oh,
of his hit
that's
points
right.
to.
He's still alive.
If you dodge this, the knife might go into the other guy.
Probably not. Because I get like 1 dice, right?
No, everything's fine because you're all lit up down there because
But he's down
Boar
his
has a torch.
agility. Till the end of his next turn.
Yeah,
This is true.
defense dodge.
Or the end of the shaman's next turn. Yes.
I got a fumble.
Did you get any hits?
He got 1 dice.
No, I didn't get any of that. I got 2s and 1s.
Oh.
I
Okay.
got 2 2s and 2 1s.
Okay.
So you did fumble. Shit.
So you're trying to dodge out of the way of this knife that you can barely see. You trip. You're now prone. You take 1 piercing damage, which is reduced by your armor to 0.
Okay.
I believe that's Nana.
Alright, well, this goblin's going for a trip, too.
No, wait. Oh, yeah, you're right. That's not. I was messed up into my order.
It's not a good remember. So I get, it's brawl and arm strength, right?
Okay. Oh, God. Where did you go, grappling? Special actions. Agility, strength plus brawl and armed. And his is going to be 2. He got a fumble. And a crit.
It's 50%.
Really
so
good,
it's
but
okay.
really bad.
Fumble doesn't mean nothing happens. You
Yeah,
can
but
s-
it's 50% of
yes,
the dice.
yes.
I got
it is.
8.
So that means you didn't get a crit.
No, the crits just mean it counts as 2 hits.
Yeah.
That's all. Doesn't
Yeah,
mean
but you
like-
got, but a fumble is 50% or
the
more.
fumble doesn't mean you fail at the action.
It just means
It just
something
means that something
bad
bad happens. In this case, he falls.
Well, I got
30
a hold
feet.
of him.
No, he's grappled.
Yeah, he's grappled. Because I'm going to chuck him at the sorcerer.
What I was going to say was that he tries to dodge you and then falls off that.
Oh.
If you want to actually grab him, that's fine.
Yeah, I want to grab him.
Okay,
Grab him.
grab him.
Because I want to toss him.
Okay. What
Goblin tossing.
what happens to him as part of the fumble? I think as he's trying to like grapple you, you jab your finger into his eye and he takes like 2 points of damage.
Works for me.
It's a big fucking thumb for
It is a
It is.
it's a
the
robust
thumb's
thumb.
Probably bigger than his eye.
caves in the eye socket.
Gets a ball sack to the chin.
So you have this screaming goblin, your thumb is in his skull.
And he's getting chucked.
He's getting chucked. Okay.
You got extra grip now,
I
though.
like
Yeah.
to think, yeah, that's
It's like a bowling ball.
It does a when it throws it.
Alright, I got a 4. Ooh. I got a 5 on my 4 dice.
nice.
Oh shit, I've got 13 dice and I'm rolling like
What did you roll?
5
5. Okay.
on my 4 dice.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Some goblin sorcerer.
He uses a reaction from his next to take an action from his next turn. He brings up a field of like shadowy tendrils to kind of, like block the guy and also catch him. How many hits did you get? How many hits did you get?
5.
5. He got 3, just barely, not a fumble. So that doesn't work.
He's not fast enough.
Nana hurls it so hard it blasts through the like shadowy field he generates and smacks him. You got 5 hits. He's wearing armor, 4 damage. Which is 50% of his hit points.
Nice.
You just gotta land it.
Just gotta land it. I feel like we should deal with something like him getting shoved, but I don't want to make this more complicated, so I'm just gonna leave him where he is. Your guy is going to then hit here, and then roll down here and drop to here. Prone. How tall is that from that point of impact?
It's
least
about
60
10
feet.
foot.
Close.
It's almost 20 feet.
Yes, my wife.
He takes 10 damage.
Hey, 3 inches is big depending on where you put it.
So this was... Which one was this? There are only 3.
There's 3 left, I think.
So which one was this?
No, there's 4.
There's 4 goblins and the.
Oh, there's
There's
4
five.
goblins.
5
Okay.
goblins.
I
There's one on
Okay.
over
Well,
there.
4 goblins
Is there
and
one
then the
over there?
sorcerer.
So this guy has 2 hit points left.
Tossing goblins works.
It does. So that's
I'm king
Nana.
of the hill.
You are. Captain Foley is unconscious. Bor, you're up.
I guess I'll again throw another magic bloody spear thing at the goblin in front of me. Ten.
That beats. Okay, he got 6.
Okay.
That kills him. That is more hit points than he had.
Clean through.
I guess from there, I will step out to see what the heck is like out here.
Yep.
I killed the only threat, right?
I technically don't know exactly what's going on because I've just been in the room, so I'm gonna have another action because I
You
moved.
just keep
so.
hearing goblins clamber up the roof, and they go, ah!
So I guess that's my turn.
All right. So that brings us to
Shadow Sorcerer.
Shadow Sorcerer. Shadow Sorcerer only has 1 action because he used a reaction. How many hit points do you have?
4.
4. Okay.
You take 6.
Take 6.
Probably the one that's probably, yeah.
This is your last turn burden.
Not really, because I'm prone. So how do I...
Burden for your agility.
Yeah, your agility.
After-
Yeah, but I mean, I'm prone, so technically I'm still...
But you're not burdened. You have to use an action to stand up.
Yeah, that's all you got to do to be on prone. So
It's either stand up and retreat. Or try to shoot somebody with... that
Just
I can't
roll.
roll off the boat.
I see Shadow shoot from the ground.
all right. He wraps you in tendrils of shadow stuff. He casts a spell at you. Roll resist toughness plus strength or health, whichever's higher.
There's toughness again, right there. 2 and health.
Strength or health, whichever's higher.
Health. -3 because it's dirt.
Nope. I got 6.
See? Good.
All right. Shadowy tendrils crush you. You're now at 0 hit points.
Minus.
And that's the Shadow Sorcerer's turn. Steve is down, so... it's
Goblins.
now.
Does he have to do anything to say, like, while he's...
No, he's just at 0 hit points. He'll wake
I
up in
can't
a...
remember what we did for that.
He's at 0 hit points. He'll wake up in a minute or when someone heals him.
Okay.
How does the healing work again?
You use magic or medicine. The medicine skill takes, depending on what you do, a half hour or an hour. The magic version, which I think Ragnar or you have the feat for,
I have the healing specialist.
that just means it takes an action to do a light heal or 2 actions to do a big heal.
Oh, okay.
Don't bother.
Chubby.
I want this.
Do I have to be like touching him to heal him?
You have to be within like 3 inches, like whatever the shorter range increment is.
I think it's 2.
Reach is 2 inches. Close range, I think, is 3 inches.
Yeah.
Don't bother. Can't hit for shit.
Near is 6 inches and far is anything past that.
Yeah. So goblins. Goblins. Where are my goblins? My goblins are all over there.
So you got one here, one over here, and then one right here.
Okay, the one right there.
This
Where
one
I,
here?
where I tossed
that one
it.
right there.
Yep.
Yes. He chucks knives at Boar.
Is that over 6 inches?
It is going to be over 6 inches, isn't it?
Yeah.
So he can't reach. So he takes a move to move up, probably to where Steve's corpse is. Because
Pisses
yeah,
off.
they have an 8-inch movement, so there's fine.
Stabs me for good measure.
Just to make sure.
Gonna throw a knife at Boar, but now he's just gonna stab Steve.
The tendrils moved Steve's body. He thought he was still alive.
He's going to chuck a knife at Boar.
Oh yeah. Stuff.
He gets 5 hits.
He hits me.
So that deals probably 4 damage to you after your armor. And he moved. That's his action. The other goblin, he's going to use 1 action to stand up.
Okay.
Sorry, Boar.
No, he's not. Don't let him lie to you.
He's going to chuck a knife at the well-illuminated boar.
Yes. Oh yeah.
3, 4, 5. 4.
Four.
So he deals another 4 damage to you after
I
armor.
didn't today. I got up and came here.
He's going to go up here. Did we decide that he has line of sight or no?
Yeah, they do now.
They do.
They because I moved forward.
Yeah,
Forward.
correct,
Okay.
yep.
He's going to chuck a knife at Nana. You guys are in dim light, so you'll both get a
Make
-1.
one.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Two, three, 4. Yeah, looks like 4.
4. He got 5 hits, so you'll take 5 damage after minus whatever your AR is. And that brings us to Nana.
Okay. So I'm going to assume I heard him go down or
Oh, yeah.
something.
Yep.
So I'm going to rage.
Ooh.
Nana's mad now. And then... Are the cannons bolted to the top?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're on, like, pinto mounts.
Yeah. What kind
But
of
I
check
mean-
would it be to...
I mean, there's probably a mechanism to just pop it off there.
But I'm not gonna... What would the check be to do a tackle dive off the top of this?
The coolness factor.
Coolness factor. Where are you trying to land?
I'm trying to tackle the shaman.
You're trying to tackle the shaman.
Oh, we're not worried about landing. We're
Right, we're
tackling
not,
the
landing
shaman.
is not part of the equation here. I'm raging. Yeah.
You're raging.
I'm mad. Somebody hurt my friend.
I just say do a belly flop on the 2 that are over there.
Extend your arms.
I don't think I can quite see those ones down there.
So this would be. You have 2 actions right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say if you want this to at all have a chance to be successful, you're gonna have to use 1 to move, like run.
To jump. Yeah.
To run and jump. I can't use your strength because you're trying to like aim yourself at this goblin. So we'll treat it like a grapple check.
Okay.
Would it be and throw? Because he's throwing himself.
But I think it'd be more of like an acrobatics check.
Or athletics, maybe?
Well, yeah, acrobatics is
Oh,
under
okay.
athletics.
Yeah, for now we'll call it agility plus athletics acrobatics. Or, yeah, whatever words. Yeah, athletics acrobatics.
Alright, well,
I'd still be
I
with
get
grapple
3
because,
then.
I don't know.
We don't have a lunge. We don't have a lunge on here. A lunge feature.
I'm gonna
Oh
say
wait, I get an extra one for being raged. So I get
yeah,
4.
yeah. So I'm gonna say he's just
Four
trying
sixes.
to dodge you with dodge defense.
Okay. Or 2, 4. I get 4.
4, 6. You got 4 hits.
4 hits.
You got 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. So you miss.
Damn. So close.
I'm gonna say you land here.
I didn't fail. I shouldn't land pro.
Sure. All right. You want to stand up? You can stand up.
I still get an action.
I mean, he only missed. It's not like he.
3-point hero landing.
You know what I mean?
I'm gonna take some damage for it though.
So that's about a 40-foot forceful leap.
Yeah, but now you can just reach up and pull him down.
Right now, I'm gonna grab him and throw him in the water.
Now you can Hulk smash.
You're gonna take 14 damage.
Oh my god.
I thought my balls
Do I
go
subtract
up.
my armor from that?
Sure.
13.
I'm debating on whether or not I want fall damage to
Cap.
ignore armor or not. Because like if you fall on plate mail, the plate mail is rigid, but like leather armor, or in his case, no armor whatsoever.
Yeah, but it's not like he didn't fail. He just didn't hit.
He made a forceful dive
Oh, no!
towards the ground.
All right, Boar.
Go back to bed.
That put me over, even with my rage bonus.
And rage gives you extra hit points though.
1 per. Is it 1 per?
You should get 6 extra hit points for your health increasing.
Oh, well then I'm still up.
Yeah, because you have the talent that gives you 6 hit points per health.
Yes,
point of health?
I do.
Yeah, so your health would go up by 1, so you would gain 6 more hit points.
Okay.
That's the trade-off I made instead of getting like damage reduction. You get more hit points.
Cool. Then I'll take my other action.
Nuh-uh. Part of your action was to run and jump off.
Yeah.
Oh,
it was
yeah,
two.
okay.
Yeah, that was 2. I'm counting that as 2 actions.
That works. That's fair.
Did you expect this to be a deadly encounter?
Yeah.
No.
We originally had 12 goblins.
It was originally 8 mercs and 2 sorcerers.
Honestly, the mercs, no problem. It's that sorcerer that's giving everybody trouble.
Yes.
Well, I haven't been in here for most of the fights. There's just been 2v5.
I'm down.
So all I
3
heard was
dice.
it's Boar's fault.
Okay.
I'm down
So
3
that's
dice every time I
Nana.
roll.
Captain Foley is down. Boar.
And then I'm hitting, but he just gets a handful of shit.
Yeah,
I'm
you
gonna-
get 2 dodge.
Shoot some bloody fire at the shaman.
All the tendrils and stuff are gone from you.
Yeah, it's fine.
By
it's
the way.
down.
Say that
I
again.
really should have focused
I'm
on
shooting
the sorcerer
my
to
bloody
begin with, 'cause
fire
that was
spell
probably the
at,
best chance
the
to get
shaman.
Yeah, but
The
you got
shaman?
guys on you, so
Yeah.
you're gonna fight the guy on you.
And I was trying to figure out, like, getting down there. How am I gonna get down there?
No, you're good.
So I launched myself.
I just can't hit. I can't roll for shit.
I'd like to point out I did more damage to myself than the guy who did to me.
Yeah.
But if it would have worked,
If it would have worked, it would have been awesome.
6.
I think actually
6.
that still would have worked. You still should have took
you
it.
did 14 damage to him.
Right.
Well, you still would have took damage.
Just turned him into
7.
red paste
7 for his dodge.
on my way through.
Do it again.
Do it again. No light penalty or anything because you have the torch and
Yep.
you're throwing flaming blood, which creates its own illumination.
Yeah. If he stays there, he ain't gonna be happy.
The problem
This
is,
one
what
doesn't
is-
hit him.
What can he? What
There's-
is he
there's an
going to do to you?
What was it?
I'm mad.
So if this one doesn't hit him, there's an issue. Because I got 12.
I have a plan.
All right.
Me too. I'm taking the nap.
That's 12 burning fire damage. He's wearing leather armor, so that would reduce it to 11.
I got 2 hit points left.
Yeah, he's down. He screams, falls off of the thing. He's down.
That's convenient.
We're back at the top with Steve.
Redemption.
Who's unconscious.
Which means the sorcerer. No, the
No, I went a
goblins.
bit. Oh yeah, never mind. It is because he's gone.
So we have 2 goblins left.
3.
3. Okay.
Best battle yet. I don't have to do much.
This goblin guy runs up to Nana. Or doesn't run up to Nana. He moves close enough to throw a knife at Nana.
So yeah, come on, see what happens.
I already been thrown once.
I keep giving the giant ammunition.
I had a plan to use a reaction.
Goblins
too.
shall henceforth be known in this campaign as giant ammunition instead of goblins.
Chucks a knife at Nana. Agility plus dodge defense. 2, 3, 4. I got 4 hits.
Statistically, I should make this.
Yeah, statistically you should make this.
And I did.
I was gonna say, yeah, well,
2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Every one of them was a hit.
Nice.
And 4 of them were, or 3 of them were crits.
Nice.
She's like, nope.
I usually roll the opposite of that.
This goblin up here is going to chuck 2 knives at Nana.
And that was with the neg one. I had the dice missing.
That was good, but
I got 5 hits.
I only got 4.
Okay. You take 5 damage minus whatever your AR is.
5? Okay, Nana drops. Yeah.
It's going well.
Foley, still unconscious.
Foley is still unconscious.
4.
And I have 1 more goblin to...
Oh, you do, sorry.
Yes. What does the goblin say?
Where's the other goblin?
it's behind that pillar.
Yeah. So...
No, I can't see him, so he doesn't exist.
No,
Right. Okay.
it's next to my life is the body.
So...
I think it's
The-
blame these new dice.
The goblin there that is, like, right... Not that one. That one, yeah. That goblin says... Look, we're all professionals here. Nobody needs to go rush into the ancestors in the Shadowlands. We're just here for the gold and as much green coal as we can carry. You guys are willing to surrender? I'll let you tend to your friends and the captain. We can take the coal and gold and get out of here. Sound fair?
It's just
I'm
me, isn't it?
It's just you. It's just you, Austin. I don't know why I'm looking at them. It's just you.
I was like, ah, shit balls. So they just want to rob us blind.
Yeah, they want to rob you.
How much coal can they carry?
That's what I was wondering. Like, they probably can't even carry that much.
I don't have any gold on me.
Not your gold. The gold that he believes is on the vessel.
I mean,
I see.
there's 2 goblins. You're right. How
3.
much could they really carry
3.
off?
3.
Oh, is there 3 still?
Yeah, one on the other side
Oh,
of
it's
the
'cause
pillar.
I can't see him. That's
Yeah.
why.
Let me tend to my friend first. He's bleeding out.
Okay. Do you mean the giant or the Kalash?
The guy that's immediately in front of me.
That's fine.
Yeah, because you know I can't hit for shit.
I'll use my healing specialist. Just the quick
Yeah,
heal one, the one action
They
one.
wanted to bring you back up.
So it'd be your blood magic -2. Or, yeah, health plus blood magic -2. I think
What's the
that's
-2 for?
using that.
Oh, burden 2. I'm sorry.
yeah.
Okay, so it's blood magic plus life. Do I have to add my health or no?
Yeah, your health is your controlling attribute.
Okay, so 5. Okay. I had to re-roll this one. That's okay, so that's 7. Oh, 8.
8. You have 8 hit points. He walks over to... Where was the blood mage? The blood mage was here,
Yeah.
and then... Okay.
Fell in the water.
He didn't fall in the water. He walks over to the blood mage, pours a potion on him. He has 1 hit point. Okay.
Jeez, Cooper.
I know, right?
I'm
So he says, the giant stays unconscious. You all stay in the front of the deck. We're going to go downstairs. Give us 10 minutes and we'll be out of your hair.
Okay.
Okay. You guys all move to the... They go downstairs.
Can I heal everybody up as much as I can?
Yeah,
In
absolutely.
that 10 minutes.
No, they all went
Plan
down.
for
Yeah,
round
all
two.
the goblins went downstairs.
Well, is he still doing me or am I up? No.
You're awake.
Wake his ass
He's
up.
doing it. What did I miss while I was gone?
Well,
Wake
that's
his
when they
ass
all
up
went
and-
down there, so I'm gonna try and heal us up as much as we can so we can kill these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking too.
Okay.
That's my plan.
So you give them the 10 minutes downstairs. You are all at full hit points.
I hit full hit points.
Yeah. Yeah, 10 minutes. It takes like 5-10 seconds to do a good heal. And even in that time, they could overcome your resistance to magic.
Once we're full hit points, though, I want to just charge down, try and get them.
You charge downstairs. They're gone.
I figured they would have portaled out.
Yeah. The only green coal left in the vulture possum is the coal that is in the furnace burning right now. You also find a bunch of like secret cabinets and stuff that have been popped open. Like floorboards have been lifted up. You see like 1 or 2 marks sitting in down in these hidden compartments that.
Oh, they probably just
Well,
rolled and shoveled.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
We know they said carry and then lied.
They did. They carried the crates from one spot through the portal, through the Shadowlands to the other, and then 10 more goblins came in, grabbed 10 more crates, and went out. Do you guys wake up Captain Foley?
I have to.
All right, you
Steamboat
heal.
Willie.
Yes. What happened?
We lost a ship.
What? We're on a ship.
Everything else is gone.
What do you mean?
We took it.
They took. What did they take?
Everything.
Even the hidden stuff. And
Wasn't hidden that well.
he gets up and goes down and like sees all the like opened up compartments, and he looks in the engine, like the furnace, and we're gonna need. Where did I say they were?
We were at Z something or Y something.
Yeah. T21.
T, yeah. Sorry, I was way off.
Where's T21? Kevin, get Captain Foley out of the way. We need the map.
It's
T21.
I don't know where
My
21
wife's
is, but
asking
I
why
see
the
T.
internet's down. I'm like, I don't know.
What?
My wife's asking why the internet's down. I'm like, I don't know.
Back up now.
Can you zoom out so we can see like the hash marks on the bottom, the number?
21. Where's 21?
Yeah.
We got another 4-day run. I think he said we had like another day.
That's my background, so no.
Oh, okay. So T21.
I thought you said we had like
we're
another.
very far away.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you're gonna lose a couple days.
No, you're on 22 even.
Next
Yeah.
one
I'm like,
over.
it's either
Next one
it's
over.
one of these two.
No,
Mm-mm,
no,
other
other
way.
way. Other way.
That's
Right there.
21.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
You went like.
So he, Captain Foley and you guys do the best you can to get. That wouldn't work because it's gonna burn forever.
And then let me guess too, we're going the opposite way of the stream too, aren't we?
Yeah, you're going upriver.
We're gonna go back to Slanda.
Probably the best idea. Whoops.
See, that's what you get for waiting 6 months before we have everything.
So if you're not understanding how balanced our game system we made is at all.
Yeah.
It seems like the attacks are way deadlier than.
Well, it's
the
not
defense.
bad. He had a handful of dice and we got 2.
Yeah. The problem is it was a night attack, so they had all the advantages, which is what they would do because they're goblins.
No,
and they
it's
see the dark.
no, it's just.
No, I just mean like defense in general seems kind of low
So-
in comparison to.
Well,
attacking.
goblins also get a bonus to dodge because
they're
they're
small.
goblins because they're small.
I mean, like player characters. Like, I have 4 for defense rolling. Like,
Do you need a pee break?
I mean, I was doing
yes.
3,
We can take a
6,
peek.
7,
Let's take a
8.
peek
I
back.
got 9 on my dodge rolls.
oh, okay. So it's just me that's low.
You guys want to see my dinghy?
We're good.
We're good. All right.
Think of that.
And we're back. Okay, so you guys, the goblins, parlayed with you. Just gonna keep using that's the parlay. That should be the arc name. It's not the dire arc. It's the parlay arc.
Hey, fucked us.
They're almost going to the wild arc.
You almost going to that. So, green coal burns and burns and burns. Captain Foley does what he can, but eventually you reach a point where, like, you don't have sails, you don't have oars, you guys have to go back to Slanda. So he just turns the boat around and you power towards Slanda with what fuel you have. You restock green. There's no green coal for sale, but he makes some trades and makes some deals, and he has like this little like scroll with like the king's signature and stuff on it and their stamp, and he commandeers a whole bunch of coal from the blacksmiths and other industries in town, and you guys go up the river.
Look at my wound.
much slower.
So Farley, where are you hiding?
Marks, money. The kings were sending money to Bow Barrel.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. It happens.
That's all gone now.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. It's fine. It's not a big deal. It's not my. I mean, it's gonna be awkward. But
You want to take the ship afterwards?
none of us are doing time after this. It's fine.
These so-called heroes of Andalusia couldn't even stop 4 goblins.
4?
They're 5.
More than that.
Yeah, but he's not gonna say that.
Yeah.
Talk
When
shit
he
so
when he
bad.
explains to his superiors, there's gonna be like 30 goblins, and you guys will have been sleeping.
Technically, we were.
Well, I would definitely was.
The fucking deckhands didn't do shit.
Right? They were supposed to.
I had dialogue and like encounter like information for like them surrendering because you guys were kicking their ass.
Not the other way.
But it went the other way, and I had dialogue for that too. Okay.
I blame.
The giant
What's your,
sticks of
what's your name again?
That was great.
What's your character's name?
Boar.
I blame Boar.
Going for it. Okay.
Rescind my healing.
So
Give my blood back.
it is now the 22nd of first month,
4 days after we should have arrived.
10 a.m. You sail into Bowlbarrow Outpost's harbor, and Captain Foley kills the engine. You coast forward. You're almost out of coal. Like you basically robbed one blacksmith in Slanda and what have been like portioning out the coal to kind of keep you guys moving against the current. The harbor is very similar to Little Ranu's. Lots of white stone and warehouses and cranes and that sort of thing, just on a much smaller scale. You can see places along the riverbank where crews are digging through snow and ice and earth to expand the harbor. Right now, the lanes are fairly congested with like incoming and outgoing tugs and other vessels. It takes about an hour for you guys to get docked and offloaded. Captain Foley doesn't really say goodbye. He just shoos you off of his ship
Only I wonder why.
and kind of sits quietly, staring off into the off into the river. The Drowned Dream is very easy to find. It's a big, colorful inn right on the waterfront. Like maybe it's a converted warehouse or something. It's got garish gold and pink and red paint, lots of signs, and the gratuitous use of lanterns with like colored glass hanging out the windows and balconies. I'm assuming you guys go in. This is where you're supposed to be.
Yeah, might as well.
Inside the Drowned Dream is also bright and colorful now. Dozens of tables, a stage with musicians playing a poppy, catchy beat. There's a huge kitchen. It's kind of like an open kitchen, like you would see at like Hell's Kitchen on TV, like where you like the diners can see the chefs like cooking and stuff. But they're not. It's not like a teppanyaki grill or anything where like they're doing stuff with the guests. It's just like an exposed like kitchen environment. The place is extremely busy, but you can clearly see the guy Aloysius described to you as Anton Nesseth over in a corner. Kevin, feel free to describe your character at this point.
So he's just sitting in the corner.
Yeah, he's just over in a corner at a table.
Okay, so he's sitting at a table and he's got a glass of whiskey next to him, and you see him pull out a cigar from his front pocket. He's got this big leather overcoat on over a bare chest, and he pulls out a cigar out of his pocket and lights that up. Just starts smoking on that. Takes a sip of whiskey, and he kind of seems to be just lost deep in thought, like not paying any attention to anything else in the room.
And this is the ranger where.
Yes.
Okay.
This is your Aragorn.
Another guy who's gonna kick our ass.
I shouldn't.
But he will if you need it.
I guess we can make our way towards him.
Okay, you guys go approach him.
He's like facing a corner. He's not looking back out into the open area of the outpost, and he's kind of puffing on his cigar, swirling his whiskey in his glass. He says, "You the ones from Little Rhino?"
Unfortunately.
He says, "Well, welcome to Bile Barrel. What can I help you with?"
I feel defeated at this point. I don't know.
There are 3 survivors of the attack, and you're supposed to. You don't necessarily have to go talk to them or anything, but there are 3 survivors laid up in various states, and you're supposed to go to the Lake of Swords. Those are your only 2 express missions from the Kings.
Well, let's hold off on going to the lake just yet. I'd like to see the wounded.
Ah, okay. Well, yeah, I can take you right there if you'd like to. Would you like to see the lumberjack, the soldier, or the thunderjack?
Let's go with the Thunderjack.
All right.
Well, he's like the military person, right?
Yeah.
So, you got any questions about him? You want to go right there?
How bad is he?
He's pretty bad. He's got some kind of wasting disease that we can't get rid of with magic. It's killing him. Not really sure what's going on with him. He's vomiting, shitting his insides out. But the weird thing is, the only injury he had before the wasting injury took hold was a stab wound from this big sword in his gut, which
Chest.
for
Chest.
chest. Oh, sorry, chest. You wrote gut.
Sorry.
I'm just kidding. It's okay. In his chest, which for a thunderjack, usually no big deal, but it's getting him for some reason. It's really all I know at this point. But he's in the infirmary. His name's Kevin. You want to go see him?
Fuck Kevin.
Yeah, while we're walking there, can you tell me about the other 2?
See.
Sure. So there's a lumberjack. Arnold Hemmer, I think, is his name. So lost his hand, real clean, weird cut, like perfectly clean. Wasn't even bleeding. He's been drinking at the Grumpy Goose since the 3 of them got back. I don't know. Other than the hand, seems fine. So yeah, he's walking you guys through the infirmary as he explains all this. Takes a big long draw off his cigar every now and then. Yeah, the soldier, Randolph Check. Got a massive chunk taken out of his torso. Big ass bite mark that broke a bunch of his ribs. He's laid up in the infirmary in a private room. He's still alive. Man, the skin around the bite and the bones themselves got burned real bad. It's just not healing well.
Is it burned?
Yeah.
The
Well,
bite burned him?
Yeah, something bit him. Something magical burning bite. Probably one of the damn dragons that got him. But I'm honestly not sure. Haven't really talked to him since.
So, he's telling you all this while you're walking through Bile Outpost. The harbor area, you leave the harbor area, it quickly becomes apparent that Bile is a ramshackle, labyrinthine slum, for the most part. The one caveat to it being a maze of ramshackle buildings is the central road. It's a wide path of solid white stone about 20 feet wide, and it runs from the harbor directly north to the gates of Bile Outpost. Everything else in the city is this twisty, turning mishmash of blind corners, alleys, and dead ends. The city itself is trying to encroach onto the road. People have set up stalls along the road. There are buskers and beggars and homeless people. There's trash and night soil, kind of like it's all kind of like trying to encroach on the road, but the road itself is the only clean and well constructed building outside of the harbor, except for the barracks area. I should have started with this. Bilebarrow stinks. There's human waste, human bodies. There's a wet animal stink. The caustic breeze off the river. Like, you can feel your sense of taste and smell just like dying as you inhale walking through the city. The architecture is mostly wood. Buildings have sort of been cobbled together from various supplies. Some of them are like full logs. Others are cut planks. It's whatever's on hand that people outside of the harbor. It's like whatever's on hand that people can build their shop or their house or whatever out of. Everything, all buildings have like either it's like a wooden water tower on top or like a ceramic or stone cistern with a peaked roof running off into it. Like I said before, that the Comet Slain River is poisonous because of all the chemicals that are dumped into it. So people obviously like they're using snowmelt, they're using snowfall that's how they reclaim water that's drinkable, or they just drink alcohol. Mostly you see humans, occasionally a goblin, but it's mostly a human population. So we haven't touched much on it, but one of the big problems with attempting to colonize the wild and ship its resources back to Little Ranu is that it's dangerous. Plant and I shouldn't have said that because we just talked about this earlier, but plant and animal life are bigger, they're more violent, they're more tenacious. So you're walking and following Anton as he leads you towards the infirmary, which is attached to like the military complex area. And you see what is presumably like an iconic fantasy film pig farmer, like cap. He's wearing like overalls, thick winter clothing, boots, smells like pig shit. Except that the pig that he has on a lead is as tall at the shoulder as Nana is. And like it's not like a wild boar, it's just like a regular pig that you would find anywhere in like any farm in the Askinet region. It's not like a boar with like huge tusks or a razorback or something like that. If Ragnar was here, we could do some druidic stuff. Can't do that. So it's a weird big pig.
I want one.
Unless you want to do some magic stuff to analyze, like if it's got magic on it.
I don't even.
That would be intuition plus perception plus sixth sense.
I can't use any druidic.
No,
magic.
you're not a druid.
Okay, probably not then.
Okay,
I just don't have much.
that's fine.
For that.
I just want to check.
It's not even worth it.
I mean, unless it's like a 2 is gonna.
That's a
make
huge
so much
bitch.
difference.
I want one.
You're gonna ride it.
Yeah, actually,
Nana wants a battle pig.
yeah. Just roll intuition plus perception. You don't have any sixth sense, I imagine, but
Nope.
You remember?
Sweaty pig.
I got 2 because I rolled a 6.
okay. So you're not a nature guy, but you know magic. Like you're not a foresty, woodsy guy, but you know magic, and this like pigs don't get this big. Like this regular pig is not native to the wild. It's just a farmer's pig. And he's clearly taking it to a butcher to like get it chopped up to make meat out of. It shouldn't be this big. It's got to be under the effect of something.
Big slime
But you don't sense an active spell on it.
Okay.
So that's the most I can give you.
Eating some real good stuff.
With the
Now we know where none
with
of
the
them
delay having to go back to Slanda,
Mm-hmm.
is it?
It's the 22nd.
Okay.
We'll get to that.
Okay.
He's indeed.
He just missed the festival by 3 days. You were handing out free shit.
So, Anton leads you along the white road towards the gates of Bilebarrow, which are big and stone and heavy-duty wood and adamantine, wolf iron. To the left of the gate is the main military complex. It's a big walled compound with barracks, warehouses. Attached to this walled compound is the military hospital, which, if you can pay for it, a citizen can use as well.
Anton kind of points at, kind of explains all that, and he says, "That's where you find Colonel White Harrow. Think he wants to meet you guys before you leave Barrow, so keep that in mind."
Sounds good. So it was White what? White Harold?
Colonel White Harrow.
Colonel White Harrow.
White Harrow.
And then you notice too, like as how far of a walk is this?
Like maybe 10 minutes, 15
Okay.
minutes.
So you notice as he finishes the first cigar, and these are big fat cigars, which take a normal man a while to smoke them.
Are they regular cigars or are they jazz cigars?
What's a jazz cigar?
A blunt, basically.
Yeah.
They're regular cigars. They're, I've never heard that term.
I haven't either.
Blunt.
I
Blunts?
Blunts
I
are
do
the
them
ones that
as
are
blunts.
tobacco and marijuana, right?
Blunts are
Or the
that I know.
cones.
Blunts is what I know is like those little
Yeah,
little
blunt-
cigars.
Okay.
Yeah, like the little.
I've only
like
heard
the-
of like pot called as a blunt before. I like
Blunt.
No, blunts are a
joint.
cigar. With
Blunt man and chronic?
Right? I thought that's what the blunts were. The
Anyways,
little
so
cigars.
he's got
We're
these
getting off
big
topic.
tobacco cigars,
I don't
and
know, I do it, so I don't know.
he smoked this thing down to like where it's like it'd be burning. It should be burning his fingers and lips, and he throws that away. And as soon as he finishes that one, he pulls another one out of one of his chest pockets, and lights it right back up and starts puffing away.
I feel attacked.
I know some people like that. I worked with a
Smoking
girl once.
cigars.
I know a girl who would light 2 cigarettes with. She would. We
Light
had
the
a
other one?
5-minute. Had a 5-minute break. And she would. I'm like, holy shit, breathe, man, breathe.
So, the infirmary itself is a solidly built 2-story stone structure. It's a military hospital type place, so it's very defensible. Thick walls, arrow slits, reinforced doors, bar, that kind of thing. Like, this is clearly a military installation that can defend itself as easily as any barracks or fort. You encounter orderlies, guards, that sort of thing, but everyone seems to kind of know Anton. He knows where you need to be. So you're escorted by the orderlies, and the orderlies, they look like any movie orderly. White outfit, they have a billy club on their hip. Those are the actual hospital like workers. They're clear. A lot of them are like clearly out of work soldiers or like retired soldiers and stuff.
Anesthesia.
But
Right.
stop having a seizure. So you're escorted to this small room with a desk. There's a goblin like seated on top of the desk, wearing like a white doctor's kind of coat. Like she's got her legs, like she's sitting like cross-legged, like whatever you want to call it. She's got spectacles, little white coat. I think stethoscopes have been around long enough for her to have a stethoscope. I don't remember when they were invented. When you enter her office, she says in Andavan, which is the main human language, I am Lynn, daughter of Lul, daughter of Lal. I'm the head physician and surgeon here at Bilebear Outposts. This is Anton Nessa. My understanding is that you have, and she kind of gestures to the group, have been given leave by the Kings to investigate 2 of the patients in our care here. One Kevin of the Thunderjacks and one Randolph Chek. Kevin has died. He passed yesterday from whatever wasting disease he had. But Mr. Chek is still alive, but is in critical condition. I expect him to die in the very near future. He is barely lucid due to pain and the copious amounts of cutlet milk I am feeding him to keep the pain in check. The word of the kings is law, but I'm also bound to protect my patients. I do not see Mr. Chek surviving. And it is for that reason alone that I'm allowing you to perform any sort of investigations on him. Barring outright torture, you have free reign to investigate him and to see what you may learn from him. Is there anything you wish to ask me before you see Mr. Chek?
If you had a guess, what bit him?
Mr. Chek was brought to us with significant crush and penetrating injuries of the torso, as well as burns. The size and shape of the injury is consistent with some of the larger creatures that live in the wild. I do not know the source of the burns. It seems magical because he is still burning. We attempted to heal it with magic. I was able to stabilize the fractures. but he's still literally burning. Like his skin and bones are burning. On the plus side, the burning is preventing infection from setting in.
I don't think he cares about that.
I do not suspect so.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Is anything else?
I'm not a doctor.
Okay. And she summons an orderly. He's a human, and he takes you to the infirmary. And it's like any infirmary like you see in a World War II film or a World War I film. Like there's tons of beds, curtains, injured soldiers wearing bandages. It smells a little bit caustic from antiseptic. There's blood and shit and piss and septic wounds, and it's kind of a nasty place. There are people moaning and injured and that kind of thing. But the orderly takes you to Mr. Check Check.
His brother's name is Check Check.
So he looks like your average human male, 6 feet, reasonably good shape. He was a soldier, dark hair and beard. He's laying on his bed, on his back, moaning and whimpering, just kind of thrashing around. There's a pitcher of what is likely cut milk on the table next to him. On his chest is this huge black bite mark covering like the whole left side of his torso, like something just bit down on him and picked him up. There's very little blood, but there's like it's literally like smoke rising from the wound. What do you guys want to do?
Seems like he's probably pretty fucking out of it.
Yeah.
Can I investigate like the burning essence that's on him?
Let's see. Roll intuition plus perception, sixth sense, which I don't think you have any points in. Two. You can sense strong life and chaos essence in like his wounds. Like there's still magic there, just burning away. Roll intelligence plus blood magic.
Five.
5? Okay. You poke and prod at like the chaos essence and the life essence and kind of get a feel for like what the spell is doing. It's designed to burn until the patient heals completely or dies outright, and it was probably cast by a blood mage.
Is it healed completely?
Yeah.
Is that something I think I could be able to do?
You feel like the effect is much stronger than your personal magic. Like, I don't. You wouldn't. What's your blood magic plus health is?
Plus blood magic plus health
Yeah,
is 9.
9. You wouldn't think of it this way, but numerically, this is probably in excess of 15 for a dice pool. You're kind of like close to him, and you can hear him whisper, "Bear, Bane," and his hand, like he's completely sedated, but he's kind of like weakly gesturing at the cut raw milk, the picture of it.
Will that make him maybe more cognitively not there?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna hold
Like
off on
local copy.
offering that.
Yeah.
You said bear.
Yes.
Does it look like it's probably a bear bite at that point?
It was a big animal.
Well, if the pig is any indication, if relatively speaking, would it be?
I guess I don't know how hard it is to identify bear bites, but between you and I, yeah, it's a bear bite.
Okay.
It's a giant ass bear bite.
Awesome.
Ragnar would know it's a bear.
Ragnar would absolutely like. I have a whole thing with Ragnar and the elementals here.
He's totally here.
Yeah, see, he's right there.
Is that Mike?
What?
Is that Mike?
That's
Right.
Mike.
I'm like,
Oh,
Ragnar's Matt.
Matt. I did have the first initials pop up.
So yeah, but yeah, if Ragnar were here, he could talk to the elementals. No druid did this, and and he could tell you, like, with his knowledge of nature, that this is definitely a bear bite. Like a huge ass bear bite.
Dire bear.
If I try to converse with him, is he lucid enough to where I'd make any sense of anything?
Not
Or is
really. He begs for more cut rut. He says bear. He cries in pain. He says, "Oh, it's burning. It burns so bad. Why won't it stop? I'm on fire. Pain." Like, just completely out of it.
Okay. Well, I guess give him the cow milk and say fuck it. It's
Okay.
useless.
I use the anesthesia tool.
Nana's very uncomfortable here.
You feed him the cut rut milk.
I might as well. I can't help him.
Overdose it.
All right, now what?
That was kind of a bust. You said the lumberjack is alive and well-ish.
Oh, he's not well.
No, the one with the hand.
In
Oh,
comparison,
he's not well.
in comparison to the other two,
And one's dead, and the other's
Dying.
incoherent.
The lumberjack.
And Anton would say that. I said he's alive.
He's drinking, so I mean, come
is he
on.
better off than these two?
He
He's
says,
drinking at the bar, so yeah, I would say.
define better, but yeah, I can take you to the Grumpy Goose. Come on, let's go. And he kind of like, as you guys are leaving, you guys exit the infirmary. He's just like, welcome to Vile Barrel.
What's the lumberjack's name again?
So all three of these guys were all attacked at the same time, though, right?
Arnold Hemmer. What's that?
All three of these guys were.
Yeah, they were part of a large party that was sent out there to colonize.
They're the only three that came back.
Yeah, they're the only
Yeah, of the Lake of Swords. So they went to the Lake of Swords to colonize, and yeah, you ask questions about it, I'll fill you in back and stuff about that. But yeah, so they went to the Lake of Swords to colonize, and then like I'm assuming you guys asked like, were there anyone else, like, you know, or even if you don't, like, it comes up in natural conversation. This is the only three survivors. Like,
Yeah, I think
there's-
we
okay.
knew that.
All right, I just want to make sure. Yeah, there's no one else. So all right, to Arnold. So
Anton leads you guys through the ramshackle switchback streets to a place called the Grumpy Goose. It's not the worst bar or tavern you guys have ever seen, but it's rough. There's no sign, just this taxidermied goose sitting next to a wooden door.
Place smells foul.
Was that also huge?
What's that? No, it's a regular sized goose.
killing it.
The door is unpainted and it looks like it was freshly installed. Like it's bare, like fresh cut wood. Installed into like a crumbling brick frame. Steven and Boar have to duck their heads, and Nana has to bend at the waist to enter the building. But it descends quite like it's kind of built down into the ground, but you can kind of stand almost upright when you're in there. A wall of heat and smoke just like slams into you guys as you descend in the interior. Like you're instantly sweating, not you. Some of the haze that hangs in the air is tobacco smoke. Some of it's poorly ventilated cooking, like you can smell like cooking sausages somewhere. And some of it is cut rut.
What?
Cut rut. Cut rut is fantasy opium. You have entered a fantasy opium den. There's no fireplace, but the place reeks like of kerosene and sweat. Like there's like a rattling kerosene heater in the room, like keeping it like burning hot. There's no checks necessary. This is not a nice place, and these are not nice people. Everyone is fucked up on something and is grimy and unwashed. Anton immediately recognizes what used to be Arnold Hemmer sitting over in a corner by himself. The rest of you see a human. His clothes are filthy rags. His hair is a greasy rat's nest. His teeth are little black pebbles. There's an empty cut rut pipe on the table he's sitting at, and he's kind of vacantly staring off into space. His right arm is on the table, and you can see that his hand is just missing. It's not like... It's like when you cut a tree branch off, and you can see all the rings, like you can see his bone in there, like the layers of muscle and fat and tissue. It's not bleeding, it's not rotting, it's not infected, it's just...
A stone.
It's just an open stump.
So now what?
So I'm assuming he's already high.
Oh yeah.
I don't get very far. Can I inspect the cut and see if maybe I could think of something that might have caused such?
You can make an intelligence plus medicine check. You could make a perception, or you could make an intelligence plus perception investigation.
I don't think it's worth it, but yeah, no. Yeah.
Looks like a wound of some kind.
Don't look at me. I don't have any magics. I'd be like, yep, it's a stomp. First day with Hook.
You can always start with going up to him and
Yeah,
asking him.
I'll try and rouse him just to
Okay.
see if he'll.
He looks at you and like his eyes are like unfocused to the right of your face. You shake him again. He blinks like 50 or 60 times. What?
Arnold.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know what to ask him at this point.
I don't know. I'm not good at this.
You're trying to figure out what happened
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
Lake of Swords.
Can you tell me about your experience in the wild?
When?
Like, I grabbed like his stump hand, like when this happened.
Oh. It happened just like I said it did. Yeah, I got taken from behind. I was out cold before I saw what happened. We showed up to the lake and the settlers were getting organized and he looks at his wrist and I was down by the shore poking around and no, he doesn't do that. That is not what he does. He slaps the table and goes, bam! I was down. I didn't even know my hand was gone until I woke up hours later.
What did you see when you woke up?
Stuff.
What kind of stuff?
The Thunderjack. He was stabbed, and the other guy, he was moaning and bleeding, but he was awake, and we got up and we dragged the Thunderjack onto a plank and came back here.
Did you guys talk about the incident?
No.
Do I think he's lying about that?
Would you like to make a intuition plus perception check? Intuition plus perception. Anyone can, if anyone wants to.
Actually, I have 2 in intuition.
2.
Intuition and what?
Perception.
Intuition plus perception. Like he's clearly lying. Like he's lying.
Well, that's what it seemed like.
You like he's obviously lying.
3. I got 3 out of.
He's obviously lying. He's very much lying.
I'm oblivious to it.
Okay.
I have to tell Nana he's lying.
Did you say that out loud?
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Nana's gonna approach.
He's
What?
gonna do
Nana's going to approach this individual.
So you're like super looming over because you're bent over.
Yup.
He like looks up at you like, I'm not lying.
I have another way of maybe making him talk, and I beckon to Steve to give him some sort of. I don't know how those resources work for gold.
You have coins.
Okay, so I give him Steve some coins and ask him to fetch some opiates.
Some cut right.
Steve's like, I already got to him now.
Shit, this is great.
No, this is mine. That's why I give you some money.
That's good.
So you buy an undisclosed amount of cut rut.
Yeah, sure.
They have tons of cut. The barkeeper. Do you need a pipe?
No.
Oh, okay. Here you go.
So actually, I had an idea, but I'll wait till after this.
So once he gets back, I'll just kind of take what he gave me and be like, just put it on the table. Like, you can have this.
Is it a lot of cut rut?
I was hoping.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. I just want to make. I
Enough
want to make
to
sure we're on.
entice him.
It's enough to make him go, hey, wait.
He looks at it on the table and just lick at his lips. Starts. I mean, he's already sweating, but like
Sweating more.
he kind of shifts around like I'm shifting around, like
Starting to grind his teeth.
little black pebbles. Grinds his little black pebbles.
Meth
Maybe
smell.
not like that.
Meth smell.
All right, you baited the hook.
So we're gonna talk, and you can have this afterwards.
What do you want to know?
I want to know what you guys talked about.
We didn't talk about anything.
You're lying. We're gonna be truthful, or we're gonna leave.
They were both unconscious. I dragged them back here. I'm the good guy. I did the good thing. I'm the hero.
Hero, what story?
What is the cut rut in? Like, what form
I
is
don't know.
it in?
I don't know how you smoke opium. So I'm just. There's an undisclosed amount of cut right on
Well,
the
like,
table.
is it
For legal purposes, I have no idea either.
The only thing I ever think about.
I'm just
is,
wondering if
like,
it's liquid or
local
solid.
coffee stuff.
I would imagine it was a.
I think it's a liquid.
Is it a liquid?
I thought so.
I don't know.
I know you smoke it in a
thought it
hookah.
was
You
like
could
gummy
smoke it in
tobacco.
pipes.
I thought
I
it was
really
like
don't know. I don't.
Tarry.
Yeah, that's what I think.
I think
I've
opium's
seen
tar.
Yeah,
like
it might be
tar.
tarry.
So solid-ish.
I
Sure, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Well, what kind of containers did we get it in? Is it
A
like
little-
glass vials?
little
or-
It's
ceramic
ready
jar.
to be used. How's that?
it's
It's ready
right-
to be used.
A little ceramic jar. That's how opium works in my world.
It's whatever the world needs right
Right,
there.
it's fantasy. You can make it whatever you want. It could be a gas.
Opium
Now-
elemental.
Oh, that would
That'd
be
be
sweet.
Now I was gonna pick up one of the
Well-
jars and start looking at it.
Okay.
Like,
Oh, this is not gonna be great.
So you don't even really have to lean on him. Once the cut rod is out on the table and like he starts he looks like he's gonna cry. His face scrunches up, his lips start trembling. You can't tell anyone. I can't lose my pension. The pension's all I have.
I understand.
Is that other guy with us, or is it just us three?
Anton's there. Anton Nessa is there.
We asked him to leave.
No, I mean,
He's part of the party now.
Yeah, if he's gonna talk, it's fine. Like,
I'm observing how you guys act though. I'm like,
good
I'm going
thing-
to interject if I
it's good
need
thing
to,
I-
but I'm far enough away. Or
So
he's
he-
far enough away.
Do you like hold like the ceramic jar that contains our cut rod? Do you like hold it until like
I planned on it until
Okay.
the conversation was
Well,
over.
it's
We're
kind of
already
like you're
got
going to throw it away, too.
Nana's
Like,
got a hold of it now.
Nana's got
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
So
he's
okay.
got it. So
So
it's
he keeps glancing to Nana and his high, and he motions with his stump. He was right-handed. He motions with his stump for you guys to sit down at the table and kind of leans in. Never like every other second he's glancing at Nana. He exhales this rattling, wheezy breath and says, "You want to know what happened?
Yep.
I'll tell
That's
you.
why we asked.
I'll tell you. We set up by the lake. The settlers were mostly fishermen, carpenters, lumberers by trade, so the lake was a good spot for all that. I set my gear down. I started to walk around, stretch my legs, left my bow and my sword with my gear. We hadn't seen anything for a day. There were no natives that were restless, nothing like that. No critters. So I set my bow and my sword down. And that's a court-martial right there. But we've been there an hour, and the biggest bear you'd ever seen comes out of the woods. And it just stares at us with glowing red eyes. Smoke or fog or something unnatural curling away from its sides. It don't attack. It don't growl. It just stares. Cocks its head to the side like it's looking at us, like it doesn't know what to make of us. No one's moving. No one's speaking. I'm barely breathing. Like we're all dead still. Then some shirtless guy comes out of the woods whistling, and then starts talking in some grunting language at the bear. He notices the bear staring at us. He notices us staring at the bear, and then before I can even blink, Kevin fires off a bolt of lightning at the guy, not at the bear, the guy, and it all kicks off. The bear tears into the settlers like like an avalanche, like fire and heat and light spilling from its flanks. It's got great glowing symbols etched on its side and smoke and blood instead of tattoos. The guy produces a sword from nowhere and he hits the 4 Thunderjacks like I don't even know what. He cuts them down like that. Like that.
No, he does that.
That's now canon.
The guy moved. The sword came out of nowhere. The guy moved like I've never seen anyone move that fast. The Thunderjacks threw everything they had at him, and he cut 3 of them down like nothing. Kevin was the only one that didn't go down instantly, and when the guy got to him, he took when the guy got to Kevin, Kevin took a blade right through the chest. I turned around back to the lake. I don't know if I was gonna run or what. There's nowhere to run to. The lake was still there's no ice. It's water. Which is weird when you think like our piss was freezing when it hits the snow, but this lake is it's water. It's not frozen, none of it. And I see it. I see it glowing under the water. The biggest, slickest looking axe anyone's ever seen, just laying there right within reach of my hand, and he holds up the stump. And I know right down to my bones with that axe, I can hack off this bear's head and cut that guy down. It's no lumberjack's axe. This is a weapon for heroes. So I grab it, ready to avenge my brothers and serve our country. And all of a sudden, the axe is back in the water, and my hand is gone. I look around, and the bear is chewing on Randolph and making a mess of what's left of the settlers and soldiers. And the guy is looking at me, shaking his head with a smirk on his face. And then I guess I passed out. I don't know how we got back to near Barrow. When I woke up, it was a mile north of the gate, and Kevin was unconscious, and Randolph was just moaning and screaming in pain.
So when he put his hand in the water, he basically just dissolved his hand.
No, he said he grabbed the axe, and then before he knew what had happened, the axe was back in the water, and his hand was cut off cleanly.
I asked him, do you think the guy cut your hand off?
I think
No, he was across the clearing, standing over Kevin.
the axe did it. For some reason, when he grabbed the axe, his hand was gone.
Can I?
Is there anything else?
Or can I?
He can do the stump. He can point with a hand. I mean.
What's his wound care? He just slathers opium on a stump.
Oh,
Opium tar.
It's not even
That's
a
something.
He just puts it
stump.
on.
It's just open. It's just open right
He
too.
just puts it on.
Kind
of like a
little addict salt
lights it like a bowl.
You remember
Well, you could, oh god. I don't wanna-
Rudolph, the red nose, the axe man, silver and gold guy, silver, and he had the axe, and he tastes like gold.
Yeah.
Did the Thunderjacks do any damage to the bear or the guy?
No. He says no. Like they threw lightning bolts, they threw blasts of wind and ice, and nothing touched him. And he wasn't wearing armor or nothing. He was wearing a vest, and he was barefoot.
I get it, barefoot.
Oh yeah. All right, Anna. I think he's.
Yeah, well, I don't think we're up to the match.
Okay, I toss it to him.
He can't catch it.
I know,
It goes.
but Nana wouldn't think
He's
about
got
that.
one hand. I
He
mean,
tries to catch it and fumbles because it's his offhand, and it goes into the crowd of addicts, and now there's a fight.
more entertainment.
And he immediately jumps in.
I have a question. If I bought some and soaked my bullets with it,
What?
Yeah, lead's known for being super absorbent.
well, I mean, or shoot, said container filled with this opiate.
You want to fire a container of opium at your targets now?
Yeah, you get
Only
a
the
little
bear.
fucking. Woo!
That's how you subdue the bear.
Almost better than
That's how you check the bear.
Cocaine bear, man.
Exactly.
what's better than a raging bear? A raging opium bear. Like,
It seems much better.
But more better.
Oh my gosh, that's good. What now, guys?
Well, we found out that they don't know how the hell they got back, but they got attacked by a single person with a bear.
And we can't even take 4 goblins.
That's what I'm thinking.
Well, I guess we wait 6 months to have her. How long of a ride would it be to get to that spot?
I think it's like a. There's a bunch of overland travel rules we have to go over when we reach the point of like leaving Barrow and heading to the lake. But it could take up to 7 days.
Because my question is,
It's about 100 miles.
I know the map doesn't really show it, but I'm assuming that lake is attached to the river.
The lake is more or less north of Barrow. Like it's Z26.
Oh, okay. I was assuming it was that lake right.
No,
where-
yeah,
okay.
completely different.
Z26.
It's up. It's 2 above the.
Where's 26 right here?
I think he kind of moved over again.
Like right there.
Yeah, that area.
Wow.
Somewhere over there.
No, I just was assuming it was the lake that we see
No,
there.
it's not that lake.
Okay.
It's a different one that I should name at some point.
No, that's fine.
But yeah, it's about 100 miles into the water.
But can we go through the river to that lake, and then would that be? No, probably wouldn't be quicker, would it? Because you're going up mountain.
Yeah, you're going up current.
Okay. What do we even need to go to the lake, Anton?
You guys have cold weather gear, you have camping supplies, you have probably 2 weeks of food and water.
Well, he says, "Aren't you guys the experts here?" He takes a pull out a cigar. He says, "You let me know what you need."
Well, we've never been to the wild.
He says, "Oh,"
We've never been to the island either.
he says, "Yeah, fair enough."
Well, to me though, it also sounds like that bear and that guy attacked because they attacked him first.
Maybe.
You know, I mean, if they're sending lightning bolts before.
He says, "You guys got good gear. You got winter gear. That's good." He said, "You've apparently done something for the Kings of Saranamanel, so you must have something, some type of skill." He says, "You need to keep your head on a swivel. You need to be on the lookout at all time. You need to make smart decisions, and if you do that, you can maybe survive."
Nope.
He says,
You also need to meet Colonel Whiteharrow before you go.
Oh yeah.
Alright.
And that was actually the next thing I was going to say.
Okay,
He says,
sorry.
but I would suggest before we leave, we go see Whiteharrow.
Alright, let's do it.
Alright, you leave the Cutrut Den. You head back to the main military complex to meet Colonel Whiteharrow. Security here, like the hospital, isn't lax, but it isn't overly aggressive. People are familiar with Anton by name, if not face. You pass through checkpoints where soldiers inspect you and what weapons you're carrying and that sort of thing. No one takes your weapons, no one binds your hands or takes Jay's masked speaker mask from him so he can't cast spells, nothing like that. The central building in the walled military encampment is a squat stone building of a couple 100 feet long on each side, and it's a couple stories tall. You're directed into this building, and it is a maze of dead ends, tight corridors, and easily barred doors. But again, Anton is fairly well known, and it seems like you're expected. You're very briskly led through the corridors to an innocuous-looking door in a hallway. There are doors up and down this hallway. None of them look any different. You're directed to this one. Your escort knocks on the door 3 times, and a gravelly voice calls out, "Enter," and your escort gestures for you to go in.
We go in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Inside is a sitting room. several couches and chairs. There's a central table for setting drinks on. Cabinets and display cases along the walls. Display cases have like medals, weapons, that kind of stuff. Like you'd find like in an older general's, like this is his trophy room kind of thing. Standing towards the back of the room, pouring himself a drink, is who you suspect is Colonel Whiteharrow. He's a Kalesh. He looks exactly like Stephen and every other male in the species, but he's very clearly older. The laugh and frown lines that crease his face are like canyons compared to Stephen's light wrinkles. You're a young Kalesh. He's very obviously a much, much older Kalesh. Unlike Stephen, his eyes are sort of a steel gray color. Like Steve's eyes are just pure like black balls of black. His are like steel gray. His ears are studded with a little bird and animal charm type jewelry. Nothing valuable, just like tiny stone and like pewter like animals and stuff, or maybe tin, with like colored glass for like eyes. He takes up a little porcelain cup he's just poured liquid into, and he closes his eyes and smiles as he exhales, which exposes like all of his sharp teeth, and like you can see that some of them have been capped or like replaced with like metal. He sips his tea, sets it back down, turns to you guys, kind of he's wearing like a leather like greatcoat, kind of shrugs it open and puts his hands on his hips, and faces you guys. You can see what looks like there's like a sword slung through his belt, but it's wood. It's purple and black wood. Does anyone have any lore or nature?
Which this guy does.
I have a 1 for lore.
Okay.
And where's nature?
Make a dice roll for. Good enough. So, if Ragnar were here, he could tell you that the sword is wildwood, which is a very strong type of wood found only in the wild. It has a better strength to weight ratio than like steel. It's exceptionally expensive, but this guy has a wildwood sword.
Is it like
Wood
sharp
found in the
like
wild.
steel or?
It looks like it has an
Wildwood.
edge on it.
I steal
Like
it.
someone like sanded down so it has like an edge that could cut.
I steal it.
And no one. Okay, that's okay. Go ahead and roll intuition plus perception observation for me.
What, and what? So
Intuition plus perception observation.
Oh.
One.
1.
2.
2. Got the B team here.
1.
1. Okay.
100%.
All right.
Ready to roll again?
No.
That was better, but
Was it higher than 6?
Well, I
No.
only have 2 dice to roll, so.
yeah, I only have 4.
I mean-
I only have 4, so I can't get
If
higher.
you get triple sixes to make that roll.
Yeah. Okay. His voice is gravelly, like old stones, like caught in his throat, grinding together. You're the ones that are serving the interests of the kings. I'll be brief. When you go into the wild, if you find what you've been tasked to look for, kill it. Don't talk it. Don't talk to it. Don't parlay with it. Just kill it.
What are we supposed to be killing?
The kings had said if it was intelligent to parlay with it. He's saying, whatever it is, kill it. Get it to leave.
Why do you say that?
Because the kings are fools. They want us to colonize the wild, but they want it to be done with muscle and sinew instead of magic. They distract us with their experiments and scientific discovery. For every alchemist making bombs for my men, there's 10 looking at the wild, trying to make chemicals and make things like green coal. We can't do it with one arm tied behind our back. There's no progress that we can make if we're stuck cataloging every bush and branch and draconic evolution we find. I can't fight an entire ecosystem with one hand tied behind my back.
So why kill it though, instead of?
So we can colonize the lake.
Have you seen it?
No, I have no idea what it is. We've sent 4 expeditions out there in the past that have been killed by one way or another.
This is number 5.
This is number 4.
Oh.
Well,
We're
you guys
number 5.
would be
That's what
number
I'm saying,
5.
that's
what
You
I'm
guys would be
saying.
number 5.
That's
Sorry, I
number
misunderstood
5.
what you were saying.
The goblins are nothing to go by.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, fuck, there's no way we're killing it.
Just make sure it's not in the dirt.
Just don't give
Yeah.
me 30.
Make sure it's a well-lit environment.
if we knew what it was, I mean, I'm still not sure we would be able to kill it.
Well, if you don't think you can take it, figure out what it is, come back here, and I'll go out and kill it myself.
Deal. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Does he seem like he could?
Roll intuition plus intelligence for me.
It's not gonna help me any.
Just job it. Just
Intuition.
and intelligence. Both of those are attributes, so they'll be right near each other.
Yep, so 2. That's it? Those 2?
Just those two.
The way my rolling has been. 1.
One hit.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, it's 2, so I know I wasn't gonna get.
Right, you weren't going to get very high. So, Steven would know that Kalesh are a warrior race. Like, they're, like, you guys are bruisers and brawlers. Like, that's your meat and drink. Like, occasionally you have casters, but this guy is easily 1,000 years old. And perhaps he would convey that to you. That maybe he could do it. He's probably 1,000 years old. He looks like a fighter.
In other words, he's not gonna back down. He's
Well, if we know what it is, would you accompany us?
He thinks for a minute. No, I have too much to do here. Wait here. And he, like a panel slides off of one of the walls, and he goes through it. Like you've seen like the White House, how all the doors are like hidden into the wall and stuff. It's like that. He just slides it open and walks through, closes it behind him. He's gone probably 15 minutes. He brings what looks like a little wooden rod, intricately carved with like birds and beasts and like snakes and shit all over it. And there's like a feather with some glass beads tied to one end. When you find it, start to fight it, break that, I'll come.
I grab it. Do I know what this is even?
It's yes, it's magical. It's something magical. I'm not gonna make you roll. It's magical. It's very, very magical.
It vibrates in your hand.
Well, that's what it is.
I was gonna make you go through the rigmarole of like intuition plus perception 6 sense with like boost 4, or I could just tell you.
You're probably better off just telling me, 'cause
us?
I have nothing.
It's magical. It's something magical.
It's just.
It's a vibrating stick.
Yes.
Vibrating stick.
Okay.
Okay.
That it? Anything else? Good. Get out of here.
I.
What are you doing with the maps?
We're off
Just
to the
trying
lab.
to. Technology.
So, you've got
We're going on a trip.
Anton, you've got a magic stick.
We're
You guys ready to go into the wild?
I mean, I guess.
Yep.
You've got supplies.
Gonna die with honor.
And die with honor. So, you return to the white road that runs from the harbor to the gates of Bowbear Outpost. The gates are currently closed. They're quite big and robust, like I said. They're about 15 feet tall. Heavy planks of black and purple wood, just like that sword. Banded in dull gray sheets of wolf iron, covered in spikes. There's lookouts on the top. Anton speaks to one of the guards. A bunch of colored flags start whipping around by some guys at the base. Some flags whip around on top. A bunch of guys come out with pikes and halberds and stuff. And then the gate mechanisms start to clunk and shift, and 2 halves of the gates start to slide apart about this much. You guys are allowed to walk through. Nana has to turn and
That's what I was
silence.
just gonna
Crab
say.
walks
You
through.
gotta turn. He pushes them open.
And as it's opening, you can hear gunfire, you can hear explosions, you can hear roars and screams from outside of the city. And as you step through, you are now outside of Bilebear Outpost, and it is an apocalyptic battlefield. The wild begins just shy of a mile north of Bilebear's walls. In that mile is a torn landscape of mud, broken earth, fallen trees, the corpses of men and huge animals. It's noisy. Banks of smoke and ash kind of blow across the field. There are roars and screams and exploding grenades. Things are on fire. Explosive incendiary grenades are going off. 30 feet away from you, 24 men are trying to stab a dragon the size of a horse to death with pikes. It's roaring and hissing and spitting acid everywhere. Its wings flap, but it's pinned to the ground with all the pikes. A grenade flies in from somewhere and erupts into flame. It ruptures the gas sacks along the dragon's spine, murders the dragon and the guards in this twisting vortex of flame and acid and scorched meat. Further on, closer to the wild itself, trees rapidly grow from the bloodied and broken earth, while lumberjacks attack them with axes and 2-man saws and anything sharp and heavy enough to crack through the bark.
I think we made a great decision.
Each cut in the bark spits poison. Each cut in the bark spits poison gas into the air that fells lumberjacks with coughing fits that leave blood on their lips. Nearby, some lumberjacks have succeeded in tearing down trees, and soldiers and lumberjacks try to secure the trees with chains and harnesses to some yaks. But as you watch, one of these shaggy, domesticated yaks bellows, rapidly doubles in size, and gores several of its handlers as well as several of its herd mates, runs to the east, chain and lumber whipping behind it until it gets big enough that it shatters its harness and it charges off. Somewhere a wolf howls, and then you see it. It's a massive beast, bigger than any horse you've ever seen. 6 more step out of the cloud of smoke. Bullet fire smacks into the wolves. There are flinches and barks, but no whimpers, and then they charge off to where the gunfire came from, howling like thunder. At your feet, in the mud and the muck, are smashed pieces of white stone. If you look carefully, you can see a white road extending to the wild, but it's all broken and bloodied and shattered. While you're watching this muddy morass, little roots are starting to wriggle up near your feet. It is time to move.
Okay.
So I got a question.
What's your question?
Well, of course, that I probably wanted.
Anton says, ask it while we're moving.
Ask him while we're moving. Yes.
Why is this not affecting people, but just animals of getting bigger? Because I can see Nana going.
Yes, that's what we need. Him to double in size.
You want to be 30 feet tall? That's a good question, and I'm sure there's an answer for it.
Probably, but I just was.
Do you ask Anton that?
Sure.
Anton says, I don't know, why can't animals talk? Let's go.
I said we were walking. I'm just. We can talk while we're walking. I mean,
Just casually strolling through this battlefield of literally man versus nature.
Like, very clearly, like, unperturbed about it, but, like, no, also understands the dangers of it.
So you call respect.
Walking ahead, forges the path, turns around. Welcome to the wild, boys.
It takes about an hour across the mile, which it seems like a lot, but it's a twist. It's hard. You have to dodge things and pass through things. You're a little bit into the wild now.
I'm not very good at dodging.
Correct. So you need to get to a place called Lake of Swords in square Z26. That's roughly 100 miles. Or it was when I last looked. It might be different now. So we have to dive a little bit into how overland travel works.
Okay.
There are 24 hours in a day. In 8 hours of travel, you can cover about 12 miles per point of movement. That's over relatively unobstructed terrain at a reasonable pace that allows you to rest and eat and take breaks and that kind of thing. You don't risk dying of dehydration or exhaustion. Some of you have a movement as high as 6, others as low as 2. My advice is to go at the movement rate of the slowest people in the party. You don't want to separate in the wild. You don't want to separate ever for overland travel. That's just stupid.
That's great for D&D to separate.
So, if the terrain is difficult, that drops to 6 miles per point of movement. If the terrain is extremely difficult or has like additional concerns that make it even harder to traverse, it drops to 3 miles per point of movement, which is what we're looking at for going through the wild.
Okay.
That's over an 8-hour period. So, humanoid characters like you require 8 hours of sleep to function at peak efficiency, and you want to travel at least 8 hours a day. So that leaves an extra 8 hours of like downtime, crafting, that kind of thing. What you can do is travel your 8 hours and then travel another 8 hours moving overland. That lets you use your run speed instead of your regular movement speed, so you can get a little bit more distance. Or you can just skip sleep, run 8, 8, and 8 in one 24-hour period, and get there in 3 days. But you'll be exhausted, you'll be skipping sleep, and that poses a
I got
penalty.
some crank from the whole time.
That's a downer. Not
Yeah,
a
yeah.
upper.
Do you not see the zombies that were in that place? It's not like they were bouncing off the walls. I mean,
Oh yeah,
I'd
you're
rather
right.
be a little safer with it
little
being
safer?
a very dangerous area.
Okay. Okay. So that would bring us down to 3 miles a day, or
Well, you said
6.
the slowest is 2, right?
Yeah.
So we only can move as fast as the slowest person.
Yeah.
So
So that would be like 6 miles a day.
Maybe we can push it
I have to go 100 miles.
100 miles at 6 miles a day.
Who's
Or-
the slowest person? And I will just carry them. You move 2.
I am.
I'd probably still move faster than you with you on my shoulder.
You may. I'm not sure.
And Tom checks his cigar stash.
At a safe even pace, we're looking at 16-ish days.
What about like?
we don't have a.
What I meant by savage, I mean I don't want to go 24 hours the entire travel.
So 8,
You
8,
just want to do like 2 8-hour periods and then get your rest as well.
16
Okay.
and 8.
Yeah.
So that'd be 3. So,
No one needs to craft ammo or anything.
correct. So running is 4.
We'll rest when we die.
Unless the necromancer brings back.
We've been watching the show. It's called Legacy.
All right. At that pace, you'll get there in 5 days, but you will have 3 levels of fatigue, I'm calling them. Basically, a burden 3 to any pool you roll.
Great.
From running for an extended period of time. Or not running, but like hiking for 16 hours a day.
Well, if you're the way you're describing the place, it's not like we want to be sitting still very
Correct.
long anyway.
Alright.
So.
Right.
It's okay. You guys can't combat effectively anyway, so you just parlay.
Yeah, you might as well just get there.
We got this little stick we got to break anyways. It's fine.
Break
We
it
don't have to do
out.
nothing. We just
You're useless. You're all exhausted. Yeah, we broke the stick. Told you to come.
It took 2 of us to break it.
Lana was asleep already.
Well, actually, we got Jack for that a while back.
It got
Goblin took
it got wet, so it's like bends like
It warped.
son of a bitch. You gotta wait 4 days for it to dry.
He did it on purpose. Gave us a bow, a piece of wood that's actually a bow.
Yeah.
So I don't like random encounters. I do have some encounters planned for certain areas of the wild. None of those are relevant at this point. So what I'm going to do is a montage of the next 4 days. If we're okay with
Do you
that.
have the 80s music ready?
No, I do not.
It's
I'm
a
not okay with it.
montage.
So the next 5 days are a blur of trudging through knee and hip deep snow. The first day is quiet,
Ankle deep for
with
you.
you guys just huffing and puffing as you march through the wilderness, aiming towards the Lake of Swords, going deeper and deeper into the wild, beneath a thicker and thicker canopy of leaves. The trees are huge, like 100-foot tall, like redwood thick trees. You do see some of the like black and purple wildwood trees, but they're usually just like 1 or 2 or 1, and then like everything else is like standard, like you would see in like like pine trees and like a coniferous forest, I think it is. Coniferous?
Pine trees. Yeah.
Yeah. Like a coniferous forest. Everything is snow covered. Things start to get busy, and the days and nights become a blur of exhaustion and blood and wet fur. Wolves hunt you, you fight them off, but they always come back. You see huge wild yaks stampeding through the woods, shaking the earth. Snow white leopards ambush you and then hunt you from trees until you bleed them enough that they run off. Clusters of like pointed trees punch out of the ground like punji sticks and spread their leads out, trying to impale you.
Nice.
You make camp, and one of the 100-foot tall trees near you suddenly sheds all its snow, opens its trunk like a Venus flytrap, and tries to attack you with like fanged root structures and stuff. And it just goes on.
It's a
and
carnivorous tree.
It's a carnivorous tree, yes. You're constantly being hunted and having to fight to scare off predators and kill predators. The prey animals are huge and easily spooked. And when they stampede, they tear apart the earth with huge hooves and massive racks of antlers and horns. It's a fucking shit show, but you guys make it. You have Boar can heal, Ragnar can heal, and Jay can heal, and Bob has like alchemical like salves and stuff that can heal. So like I'm not concerned about like hit points. You guys make it. You're alive.
But you need it all.
But you need it all.
It's a slog.
You've probably rolled half a dozen fumbles, and that has eaten into your own hit points and stuff. Like it's a fucking shit show.
I'm up. I'm down. I'm up.
But you've made it. You're now in Square Z26. It's now the 27th of the first month. We're almost done. Each month is 4 7-day weeks. No, I forget how I do it. There's like is it 32 or 28?
Probably 28.
Yeah. Each month has X amount of days, and I have it written down. I'm not going to make you guys are in Square Z26, more or less in one piece. You all have full hit points. You do all have 3 levels of fatigue, which is a burden of 3 on any dice rolls.
When do those go away? Like ever?
When you rest. When you rest. That's when fatigue goes away. So I'm not going to make any perception checks or survival checks. You're at the lake. It's the lake. It's crystal clear blue. It's not frozen over. Anton would be able to tell you that like all of the waterways in the wild are interconnected. So like if you follow them long enough, you will find the spot. Because they all start from the 10 Sisters of Molang, which are the 10 waterfalls in the mountains that like pour water into the wild. They also don't freeze over. Takes you about an hour to find the spot where this thing went, where this incident went down. But you're there, you find it, you can see like bloody piles of snow and that kind of thing. Like it's been a couple, I think, weeks since this happened, but like the blood is frozen in the snow and stuff like that. Like there's been snowfall, but you can still see like, oh, this was where this happened. There was a battle here of some kind. There are dead people. There's like a broken down cart, that kind of stuff. It looks like people were here and then they died. So, do you guys want to investigate the scene at all?
I
would like to, but my roll will say no.
Remember, as a blood mage, you can actually use divination magic to find out things.
Oh, I just.
So you, instead of rolling like perception investigation or survival tracking, like you can roll health plus blood magic, plus I think it would be order essence.
I'd like to do that much more than.
Yeah.
I'd like to do
I'd like. So yeah, like so.
So perception is.
So roll like health plus blood magic instead of perception investigation.
That's so much better.
Yes.
I was like, man, I suck ass at this game. I'm like, I can't do anything.
And like if you're concerned about your dodge and stuff, you can always use reaction to do like a shield type spell as well.
But for me, it would be an.
I haven't been worried too much. Even in that battle, like I was still healthy, but
Yeah, you were still.
it was
okay.
1v4. Like I'm gonna die.
The nice thing is that your health attribute is like your magic
so
attribute.
it's-
So
yeah,
like
like,
you
I-
have tons of
since
hit
you don't
points.
have
I have almost 30 hit
Yeah.
points. So, like
Plus 0,
even though I was
but
taking
then
a lot, like I
3
still had
for
a
your
bunch to
perception,
go. Like I
and
was
then
fine, but
You have
Yep,
more hit points than I do. That's surprising.
The caster has more hit points than the giant.
Yeah.
but dude, I can't. My defenses are like 0.
Of course, if you fumble, you hurt yourself. So
I got 2
2.
out of my 4.
Wow,
Mine was
that is
perception.
dog shit. Still. Okay, I got 5.
5. Okay. Steven sees tracks and boot prints. Using your magic, you kind of cast like a little net of blood magic, and like
I got 4 on perception.
you got 4. Okay, you find this stuff. You look around. You
I'm
find
just wandering around.
You found the
looking
dude's
at stuff.
hand.
you use magic to like investigate the scene. You just like
Stumble around.
stumble around, but you guys come to the same information. Looking around, you find a plethora of animal tracks and boot prints in the snow. Some are exceptionally fresh, like the boar hooves that look like a herd of boar like came to the water and drank and then wandered away. There's the huge bear prints are older, several days old. There's a cluster of bear tracks, maybe from multiple bears that are bigger than any bear you've seen. But one set of bear tracks is even larger. Based on the size of the tracks, the smaller bear or bears are about a ton each, and they stand about as tall as like a human would, like boar does at the shoulder. So like their head would be by your head. The bigger bear print is probably, where is it here? The bigger bear prints, like they are sunk deep into the snow, into the frozen ground. That bear probably weighs about 2 tons, if not more. And it would be about as tall at the shoulder as Nana is. All of the humanoid prints are old, from around the time of the battle, except for one set. Like there's no fresh human-sized boot prints, except for one set. It's hard to tell because of the weight of even like a large man doesn't sink as deeply into the snow as like a 2-ton bear does. But accounting for snowfall and like time, there are bear humanoid footprints, larger than Steven's feet, but smaller than Nana's. Further investigation of the scene is you guys are working together now with Nana's exceptional eyesight and your magic.
I rolled 6 and 2 5s.
Look with your eyes.
You see that the bear humanoid footprints that are large, and all of the bear prints heading off deeper into the wild along like the edge of the lake.
Okay.
And just because I want you to, will you make another like magic instead of perception roll for me?
Yes, and then I would like to do one for a specific reason afterwards.
I was going to try to do one to try to find the axe. But
That's what I was hoping to see if I could find like
Still
his hand
good.
or something.
Yeah, I wanted to at least see. I seen something, and then after
This one's
like kind
four.
of easy.
4. Okay. All right.
I'm not even
Right.
bothered.
Whatever you guys want to do now.
Can I try and find like with the blood magic, like trying to find like his hand where maybe he got severed?
Roll your health plus blood magic plus life essence.
I'm not bad for a try. Okay, so that is 6.
6. Your magic tugs you to the shore, and you find a human hand. Cleanly cut through, no bleeding. It's a little pale, but the hand hasn't frozen solid, it hasn't been gnawed on, and it hasn't rotted. The hand has a white-knuckled death grip around a large double-bitted axe, which is like it has 2 axe heads. This isn't a lumbering axe, this is an axe made for killing. It doesn't instill any feeling of heroism in you, and it doesn't look like it's exceptionally well made. Or it's not... I mean, you're not a weaponsmith. It looks like a really solid axe, but it's not ornamented in any way.
Without touching the axe, like, does the hand, like, if I were to, like, I don't know, use another inanimate object to, like, move the hand from the axe, would it come off the axe?
It is... You don't know if like it's rigor mortis or what, but it is gripping solid. Like you're either gonna have to chop the hand off to get it off, or like get in there and pry it off. You don't have to touch the axe to do it, but you're gonna have to make effort to get those fingers off.
Is there any way of knowing like if it's like a cursed axe of some sort?
Would you like
Pick
to
it
use
up.
magic to try and identify it?
I would.
Go ahead and roll your magic.
Is it which?
It would be
part-
order
That's probably the
essence in this
quickest way to
instance.
figure it out.
Exactly.
But, you know, speed tends to give up safety. Change.
Hmm.
7.
So
You need it.
there are a couple weird things going on here. The two main ways of making magic items are mass speakers etching words of power onto stuff, and blood mages like carving bloody runes onto stuff and imbuing them with magic. But they have to do that like repeatedly over a long period of time, and like the magic kind of settles into the axe, or not the axe, but the object. This has no markings like that, but it is. It has essence in it that's like magic. Have I told you guys about? I think I mentioned blue essence when we were talking about psionics.
If you did,
If you did, I don't
Okay.
remember.
So there are two weird forms of essence that spellcasters have identified before, but they're called blue and they're called silver. You can sense them, but you can't really do anything to them. You can't manipulate. Spellcasters can't manipulate them. They're just things that are there. You can sense them, but you can't do much with them. This is absolutely bursting from the seams with silver essence.
Is that good or bad? Okay. Could it be good or bad?
It could be good or bad. It is one of the most magical items you've ever seen in your life.
I want to touch it. Huh.
At the very least, it would be valuable to a fellow spellcaster. If you're concerned about being cursed and not wanting to use it, it would at the very least be a valuable item that would improve your resources score if you were to sell it to an appropriate buyer.
With like identifying that it's a certain essence of magic, do I think I would be safe enough to handle it with like a robe over the axe to like pick it up, or
Yeah.
Okay.
Based on what what's his name? Arnold. Based on what Arnold told you, like if it is cursed, it seems to react to touch rather than like his hand his hand doesn't have a glove on or anything. It's his physical hand that touched it. You think you would probably be safe if you wrapped it up and stuffed it in a pack and never brushed your skin against it?
I would attempt that.
Okay.
I was gonna ask a question, but I can't.
Why?
Well, I'm just wondering if it's something in our group that's not here would use or could use.
Hey Bob, I found the sax. Please
Yeah.
use it. See what happens.
He remains silent.
He does. So, you found the hand and the axe. Do you take the hand off or do you just leave it attached?
I mean, if I can like
Leave it
again without
attached, 'cause
touching
maybe,
anything,
Maybe
I'd
it
like
can
to like.
mend.
Give the guy his hand back.
Like if I have like the
Weld it
cloth,
back on.
I would like try to like.
Yeah,
just
you
get-
could, it takes some work, but you've got armor,
Use
gloves
some of
on,
that
and stuff.
tar.
You could pry it off safely.
Opium tar.
Okay.
Use the opium tar to tar it back on.
It's the tar.
Put it on backwards so it's.
So there's a set of bear tracks. There's sets of bear tracks and humanoid footprints, large humanoid footprints.
Which would kind of make you think that.
Bear
the guy
in
was-
person.
Yeah. Same
I mean,
story.
I heard bear trap, which is appropriate as well, I suppose.
Bear trap.
It's just not what you're thinking.
At this point, would it be worthwhile to maybe like try and make camp of some sort to rest? I don't know.
If you want to, absolutely. But
Should we check out the water to make sure it's not like some weird?
the water is crystal clear blue.
Right, but I meant like poisonous acid. Is it
Drink it.
actual water?
I think Anton would know like the water's safe.
Yeah. Okay.
Because, like I said, you're like if it should be frozen, why is it frozen? So is that? Because I was thinking like he put his hand.
Use
in
your
there,
magic to
grabbed it.
use divination on the water.
It's
Okay.
because the wild doesn't want it to be frozen.
Well, no, because I was assuming
Is this
like
one the same? Am I using life there? No. For this one.
Yeah, I think life would be okay in this instance.
because my thinking, even though I didn't roll very well, is it was an acid thing. He put his hand in the water, grabbed it, and
No, I think Anton could tell you like this water is safe.
Okay. I know I've seen the animals drink it, but that doesn't mean.
That doesn't mean anything.
But we've also seen the
Twice as big now, guys.
Oh, but look at the pig drank it. 10 feet away is freaking it dies.
6.
There is. You know when you play SimCity, like I don't know if you guys have played SimCity, but like you can see like you can bring up a view that'll show you your power grid, and it'll show like where all your electricity is and like what's browning out and what's like unpowered and where the power is coming from and stuff. That is what the life essence would look as you look around the wild. Like there is life essence running through everything. There's life essence running through the water. Like it's probably part of why it's not freezing over. It's probably has a lot to do with why animals are so big.
Ooh.
But this whole place is suffused with life essence as far as you can see.
So,
Okay.
drink water? Do we get weird?
You can try.
You want to try?
I do, but I don't know how I'm going to roll. So I'm going to say yes.
You drink it? You
Sure.
drink water? So you still have your spell going. You watch Steve try to drink the water. You can see the life essence leach out of the water as Steve I don't know if you cup your hands or you get like a cup, whatever you do, the
Probably cup.
life essence drains out of the water.
What do you mean by that? Like, I don't understand.
So there's life essence in the
Yep.
life magic in the water and everything. It just fades away from whatever water he is trying to drink.
Oh, okay. Do you have to like drink it
Like an
while-
animal. Put your face in there.
Yeah.
Same thing. Like if you try that same thing, like the like you can literally watch like waves of life essence pull away from him.
It knows.
I put a pig face
That's hilarious. Does it do the same thing when I'm trying to do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
so it doesn't. Okay.
Do you guys want to rest?
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah, you rest. There are a couple like a large bat like gets into your camp at night and you guys kind of surprise it. Like it was looking to land on the ground and root around, and like you guys kind of surprise it, and it flaps off into the wilderness. It's like the size of Nana.
I sleep
That's more than
closer.
doubling in size.
I'm sleep closer to.
It might even carry one, but it can't carry two of them.
No, I meant as in like like an eagle comes down and is gonna steal the little chihuahua or the
Yeah.
llama. It's gonna hit them.
You're hiding in the shadow of Nana. So
I snore.
every
So do I.
every time you rest, your fatigue level halves. So you're at 3, now you're at 1. You just burden 1 for all your pool tools. And then you follow the tracks.
I'm assuming
Seems
that's
that
where we
way.
need to go.
All right. So you follow the tracks deeper into the wild along the edge of the lake, and it quickly becomes apparent that this is a frequently used path by these tracks. Like you start seeing fresher tracks that match the ones you're following, and they go back and forth, and this way, and they crisscross. They go to the lake, they go back. This is
Does it
somewhere.
seem like it's following us instead of versus it following us following him?
No, you're following it.
Okay.
You walk for about an hour. Then the tracks veer off away from the lakeshore to the west into thick woods. And you kind of peer through the trunks of trees and stuff, and you think you can see like a rock formation that way.
Is rock formation like indicative of like that?
Could be
rock
like
side?
foothills of like the mountains. Could be. It's hard. Like you don't have global positioning. You don't have a map. It's hard to know how precisely how close you are. But it could easily be like foothills of the mountains.
Okay.
Tundra.
Do you head into the woods?
Sure.
Okay. Anyone go ahead and make a perception observation check with intuition as well.
Can I use the magic instead?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you want.
3.
Okay. All I need is one hit. As the wind shifts, you catch a faint hint of like campfire smoke.
Okay.
coming from
You got
the
four.
west. Okay. You can also smell campfire smoke.
You sure we should wage it with food?
Are you guys gonna try and stealth, or are you just gonna approach?
Might as well just fucking approach. Probably, I don't know. I mean,
I don't know.
well, technically, there's what? How many in our group?
4.
4 right now, but I'm at like in
You're a 6-man group plus Anton
right. So
for
I mean,
7.
I
or
bet
6-man
you
group
we're
plus
probably not that quiet, especially if you know the woods like he does, like the the guy we're following, and the bear.
I mean, if you guys wanted to stealth at some point, you'd probably be best off to do it without me. Is all I'm saying.
Really?
All right, go ahead, Steve.
That's what I mean. Like,
Yep, you're on your own. I only got a 1-2 for stealth, so
it sounds like we're probably not stealthing at some point.
Okay.
So,
You're gonna walk up.
I
Okay.
I guess.
Okay.
there's I guess there's a difference between we're trying to be careful, but we're not like an inch an hour.
We'll take.
You know what I mean? We're not.
Why
We're not.
not?
Hey, we're not doing that. But we're kind of like, hey, kind of not like the
So
baby,
you
but
carefully but not stealthily.
kind of not like you're making noise, but you don't want to wake up the wife. You know.
So you carefully but not stealthily walk towards the smell of campfire, and you come to a large clearing at what you thought was a small clearing at the base of what you thought was a large rock formation, but it's actually a snow-covered tree stump the size of a house. A bunch of the bark has been replaced with what looks like mortared and cut stone, and there's been a roughly Steve-sized doorway cut into the heartwood. It's probably dug out in there to make a dwelling of some kind. None of this is new construction. It's very clearly something that's been there a while. In the center of the clearing is a large fire, surrounded by what are just likely like fallen branches from the canopy above, but like they're the size of logs. And they're big enough that the 3 bears in the clearing can sit on them. The bears are kind of like have their butts kind of sat on the big logs, and they're kind of growling and making noises at each other, but not in like a violent, aggressive way. And they appear to be drinking out of what look like beer or whiskey casks. Like one of the bears takes his big meaty paws, picks up this cask. And you can see various like emptied casks around the clearing, and like you can see crates of supplies with like the stamp of like Saranaminel's flag on them, and that kind of thing. As you look around the clearing, the bears don't notice you at the top this moment. They're being noisy with each other, and the wind is blowing towards you guys rather than towards them, so they haven't smelled you.
So
You're
we're
at the,
downwind.
you're at the very edge of the clearing. The wind could shift at any moment. What do you want to do? Do you want to keep observing? Do you want to walk into the clearing?
What do you guys think?
Then you start to hear whistling, like a jaunty, like I can't whistle, but like do.
Well,
but
it's
with
the
whistles.
same as what the lumberjack mentioned. Is that guy whistled?
But there's 3 bears.
Yeah.
that are acting like humans.
Stepping into the clearing from the woods is probably the biggest, brutalest looking bear you've ever seen or heard. You guys took too long.
You're fine.
It's big enough that it could give the dragon you briefly faced in Andalusia that totally isn't tracking you a hard time. It's got huge jaws with fangs and molars that could crush
Where
stone.
that art's from.
Large claws that could rip through full plate armor. Its fur is patchy. On its sides, you can see like kind of runic shapes carved into its limbs and its flanks. And it looks like it's dried blood. It ambles over to where the 3 bears are sitting on the logs near the campfire and kind of plops down near them.
So this bear is bigger than the other 3.
This is the 2-ton bear. This is the
Okay.
bear that it stands as tall as Nana at the shoulder.
Okay.
And it just kind of plops down. The 3 littler bears drink from their casks of whiskey and stuff. You hear the jaunty whistling sounds closer. And if you guys don't do anything, a humanoid steps out from the interior of the stump and looks around the clearing. He's like 7 feet tall. 7.5 feet tall. He's got brown hair and green eyes. He's got a small hatchet on a loop on his belt. That's more like a battle axe. This is like a a woodsman's hatchet kind of thing. He's wearing trousers, a green vest that hangs open, so you can easily see that his huge arms and broad, muscular chest. He has no belly button, no nipples, which is weird. His skin is somewhat pale, but you can also see like a long scar-like mark that's paler running across his chest down into his abdomen from his collarbone. And you kind of feel like you've seen him before. If everyone would roll perception observation for me, plus intuition.
I got 2.
I got 1.
So no.
0.
Okay. It's not that you've seen him before, Steve. It's that he looks like a brown-haired version of Andoran and Evander if they put on 60 pounds of muscle. His jaw is heavier, his forehead is bigger, his limbs are way more muscular, but you can see their faces in his and theirs. Like, you can see, like...
That's one of the kings, right?
Yeah, Andoran and Evander were the kings of Serenomina.
Oh, and they didn't have that weird shit too, right?
Didn't have
They
a belly
didn't
button
They didn't have a belly button or nipples either.
Yeah.
So this might be like a brother.
He definitely,
Same species.
he's of the same species and definitely related, like, if they look alike, like family members doing, like, human people. And at this point, he stops whistling suddenly, and he looks like right at you guys, like peering into the clearing. And he says, "Best behavior, boys. We got ourselves guests to our humble fire." And he kind of, "Come on then, strangers, warm up." And he gestures for you to join him as he sits down on one of the logs near the fire.
I mean, sure, I guess. Like,
Well, like I said, the last time the other guys attacked first, as far as the story.
that's
So
what the story went, so we'll see what happens, I guess.
You see what happened was.
See what happened was,
it's only 4 bears and a guy. I mean, it's not like
we're
it's
gonna outrun them at this point. Like, what the fuck?
and it's not like it's 4 goblins and then a spellmaster.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
They're not goblins. That's the important thing.
They're harder to hit because they're small.
Goblins are our weakness, yeah.
There is a favored enemy talent, and you can pick goblins if you want.
Might have to.
Going to now, yeah.
I'm gonna be making some fucking
Anytime we go down the river, we're
goggles.
gonna
Night vision
risk of death.
goggles.
So he sits down. You guys sit with him. He says, "All right, first things first. You got the stink of the Utenel on you, and there are only 2 of them here in Halarasha. So we're gonna resolve that real quick. You guys feel your snowflake metals stir. Like, some of you have them on necklaces. Some of them are in your pouch. You feel them kind of tug like they have before.
Oh, the metal? I thought maybe they were gone.
No, you got the metals back.
Oh,
What is Utenel?
You have no idea.
But you've got the stink of them.
You got the stink of the Utenel. You think you maybe heard like Andoran Evander say that word once, but other than that, you've never heard it before. You feel your snowflake metals stir, and then little tendrils of silver mist dart out of off of the loop you have, out of your packs and stuff. And he kind of darts over towards this guy, and he balls it all up in this little silvery gray ball, and he sets it in the snow, and then he leans over and vomits like a 10-week bender, just blood and brown and green, just blah, 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 like his whole body is wrapped with this. It's maybe 20-30 solid seconds of him just hurling shit out of his mouth. After a moment, he kind of
I know, offers him a rag.
you do that, and you notice that the brown and red and green muck, on his lips, on the back of his hand, on the ground, it's instead of soaking into the snow, it's dissipating into silvery gray mist.
Is he trying to destroy the
No, the little ball is still there. He didn't vomit onto it. He just leaned
Oh.
over to vomit. He says, after he exhales deeply, "I'm Caliphate. This here's Mama Bear." He points to the big bear, and the cubs, and he points to the 3 little bears. Little
Cubs.
bears. "Who are you, and why are you out here bothering us?"
What is Utenel, and why do we stink of it?
You've been with the kings, Andoran and Evander, right?
Yes.
They're Utenel. You got their little medals. It's made of their gifts, their magic. They're Utenel. That's why you stink of them.
Oh.
Are you related?
Yeah,
The
kind of.
The Black Sheep? The Black Sheep of the family?
Kind of. What brings you out here? Why are you out here?
As you mentioned, you said Utenel.
Yeah, Utenel.
They sent us to talk with you.
Parlay.
Parlay, if you would.
You get given the rundown of the mission and stuff.
Yeah, kind of, sort of. Yeah.
He pulls out a pipe, just tobacco pipe, and he starts filling it with tobacco and he lights it while he talks. He says, "Look, I know Andoran and Evander. I'm here because of them, and I aim to get back what they took. The only parlay I'll be doing with them is introducing my fist to every single one of their teeth. I'm not why they sent you out here. They didn't sense me out here farting around in the woods, and they don't care that Mama Bear and the Cubs killed some fucking settlers. If they'd sensed me, they'd have kept running instead of setting up a nation of humans to roll over and walls to hide behind. If they cared about some poor settlers that got ate in the most dangerous woods in the region, they'd have come out here themselves and glass the place with lightning. You're not here for me, but I know what you're here. But I know what you are here for."
Good, because we have no fucking.
Could you tell us?
You really like to talk in riddles.
He says, "Look, I ain't Andoran and Evander's troubleshooter. Maribel's got a fondness for them, and they done solid work in the wars and conflicts in our homeland, but I got no interest in making their lives easier in the land of mortals. Besides, I got no good cause to be at odds with them." And he kind of glances at you guys and trails off, while puffing out his pipe.
I mean, from the story we heard, they attacked you, so. Yeah.
They didn't attack me. Fucking Thunderjacks. They're babies.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, they're all worried about the bear and everything, and I'm like, wait a minute, here, you threw first punch. I would.
So what did they take from you?
What did they take? Let's see. Nothing remotely useful to y'all. It's a black staff, about as tall as a man. It looks like it's got silver runes on it. Absolutely useless to mortals, but it makes Andoran and Evander even more powerful than your elementals.
Did we see him with that?
Yeah, I believe Evander had the staff when you first met him. Like he was
Okay.
holding it.
I was gonna say it sounded familiar, but
Does Mama Bear... do you command her?
No, this is her territory. She lives here.
Will she eat us?
If you don't bother her, you're like, what, 200 pounds? That's not enough meat for her. She's got to kill dragons to eat. Like, you're nothing. Don't piss her off. Don't piss off her cubs, and she'll be fine.
I scratch one of the cubs behind the ear.
He goes,
And just nodded over there.
his breath could start fires.
It's flame resistant.
That's true. That's true.
Fluffy bear.
I understand you don't want to tell us what we are looking for.
Hold on.
Okay.
Puffs on his pipe for, I don't know, a little bit.
it's not. I bet it's just the axe.
Kind of whispers, nah, he wouldn't mind. Alright, here's the deal. You do your best to convince Bilbarrow to leave this place alone. Talk to them, the kings, convince them to make this a wilderness preserve or some other nonsense, and don't mention me at all. And I'll tell you what the king sensed and where to go to investigate it. Mama Bear is a blood mage, so she'll likely be around here for a good long while. As long as she and the cubs are here, Sarah Nominell and Bilbarrow will leave it alone. Do that, and I'll tell you what they're really looking to investigate.
Because they want so the kings want to go there so they can rape it, basically.
Yeah, they're fueling their industrialization efforts with the wild.
And so, in order to
He just means like this square, whatever Z26.
Oh, okay.
Mama Bear's territory. He wants that left alone.
Oh, okay.
He wants
Not
them
the
to
whole
stop
area, just-
colonizing.
Oh, okay.
He only cares about Mama Bear and her cubs, and they only care about this little territory.
So it's not that we can't use the other parts of the wild. He
Correct.
just doesn't want that specific.
This specific spot that matters to the bear, that matters to him,
Mm-hmm.
is a nature preserve.
I see. Okay. I think we could try to do that.
Okay.
Maybe
I don't think I have any power over them, but
Well,
We practice steak. No, just
you got no authority. You're just troubleshooters. Just do your best, and if things don't work out, or the Kings go back on their agreement, I'll just tear Bow Barrow apart myself. It's fine.
It's fine.
So, here's the deal. The Kings didn't sense me. No Nell can. What they sensed was a shifting in the magic that makes Molang's cradle, that's this place you all call the Wild, the way it is. We can sense your magic, Andorian, Evander, and I. We can sense your magic. It's like squinting. He squints. But Andorian and Evander are too far away to see all the little fine details that I'm right here and I can see. There are 10 sisters here in Molang's cradle, the 10 waterfalls. They feed the rivers and the lakes of this region, and at the base of each of them, the Druids built one of their cities when Connacht founded this nation. The cities are still there, crawling with plants and beasts and covered in Druidic writing. Ragnar would confirm that most of this is true. This is actually called, the Druids call this Molang's Cradle. This is where Druidism came from into the world. A human empire ruled Askanet. That's the name of the kingdom.
So that explains the life source.
Yes. Molang is... Ragnar would know that Molang is the first elemental. He taught Connacht, the first king of Askanet, to like do druidic magic and to interact with the elementals and stuff, and he taught his people, and it's spread into the world, even though Askanet itself is no longer a nation. There are 10 waterfalls that feed the rivers and lakes of the region, and at the base of the one, the Druids built a city when Connacht founded his nation. The cities are all still there. He gestures back east towards the lake. Follow the lake to the river that feeds it, and follow that to the mountains, and you'll find the city. Poke around in it long enough without dying, and you'll be able to get a picture of what those two deities sensed.
So you gotta go to each city, or is there like only
He
two?
wants you to follow the Lake of Swords and the waterway that feed it to the closest
Oh, okay.
druidic city.
Okay.
is it an object or a person?
Yes.
And then, so when the animals must be drinking from the water, that's what's making them big, or is it just,
He thinks.
or is it just the environment itself?
What would he'd be okay with me telling you that. Yeah, he'd be okay with me telling you. Each of the cities is a well of your druidic magic bullshit. The water pours it all into the wild. It's the mountains around the wild contain it, so it's focused in here. That's why everything gets so big. So yes, it's magic. It's fucking magic. It's tied to the water. It's tied to the druidic cities and other stuff.
Anton, I'm assuming Caliphate is still smoking on his pipe.
He never gave his name. Did he give his name?
Yes.
He gave his name?
He did.
Okay.
They didn't ruin that.
I don't remember.
It's also at the
Also
bottom
wrote
of the
on
picture.
bottom, yeah.
Oh, yeah, never mind. Whatever.
But yeah,
Cat's
he
out of the
did.
bag.
Hey, he did.
He did
Sure.
give his name.
Okay. Either way, I'm assuming he still is smoking his pipe. All right. Anton pulls out a cigar and lights that, and takes a good long puff and just starts laughing. Just not out loud, just like kind of chuckling.
It's funny, friend.
Fucking White Arrow. White Arrow wanted us to kill you, and these bears.
Oh, yeah. That sounds like White Hero. Coming out here, kill a mother and her children for defending their land. No, he wouldn't say that. No, he didn't say that. I'm sorry. I misspoke. That's not... Sorry.
No. All right.
I read off the wrong part. I was thinking of the wrong part. He would not say that about White Hero. So anyway,
White Harrow's the.
White Harrow is the old Kalesh that runs
Yeah.
the military. and
Gave
battle.
us the stick.
Colonel White Harrow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
he gave you the
vibrating
stick.
stick.
It's not a vibrator.
I mean, it's a vibrating stick.
It's a
My
massage stick. It's got little fingers on the end.
Personal massage device.
Yeah. 'Cause you're not allowed
If
to
this
have-
is Mama Bear's territory, did she lose her axe? And I just kind of pull out what was in the.
That's my axe. I made it. Don't touch it. It's cursed.
I didn't touch it. I was scared too.
Don't. I make in my free time. I make weapons, but they all come out cursed.
That's
Do you do that on purpose?
No, it's because I got this huge scar.
What happened?
I had a disagreement with a lover.
I hate when that happens.
You should curse a weapon. Maybe it'll come out good.
I purposely try to curse it. I'll just.
They just get meaner when you try that, though. Like that one's fairly mild. It's got its own personality, but it's benign too. When I try to make him curse, oh man.
So we did what the kings want. We partly
Well, yes, but I'm assuming that we still need to find what it is we came here for.
right, but I'm at like in this part, we don't have to worry about getting killed by Mama
bear.
and the three little bears. This little bear had none.
This is also our first trek into the wild. Obviously, Mama Bear would break us in half a second. Is there anything else we need to be looking out for?
Mama Bear's pretty unique. You don't find many animals that are blood mages. It can happen, but she's probably 1 in 1,000. I mean, there are bears her size out here. There are dragons out here that are her size that are big or bigger. The shitty thing about dragons is they're reptiles, but they're burning inside, so they don't hibernate. They don't bury themselves. They hunt and hunt and hunt. It's fun. Mama Bear is pretty unique, though, as things go. I think he looks you guys over, kind of squints at you, and he squints at Jay, and he squints at Ragnar. If you're not stupid, you'll be fine. This is a deadly place, but there ain't no goblins here.
You know, is
Just kidding, I couldn't resist. couldn't resist. No, he says, as long as you're not stupid, as long as you don't take stupid chances, you'll be able to make it. You got 3 spellcasters and a giant. I think you'll be fine.
Well, I guess you're left out on your own now.
I definitely
Yeah, you
appreciate
sure?
the information.
Any other questions, comments, concerns you want to ask Caliphate? And Caliphate will always be here. You can return at any time to come talk to him. You just got to get through the wild, which takes time.
Well, if we figure out the magic and it's no longer magic, maybe it won't take so long.
As we get more powerful, the journey will get easier.
Yes.
I want one of those red sticks, the red trees. Make my own sword.
Make your own sword.
Ask Caliphate to make one for you.
You want a sword? You want a knife?
Depends.
Can you curse my bullets?
You want this?
I got this meth.
How much are you really saying to Caliphate?
I don't know. Just kind of blurt. I don't know. It's kind of like thinking out loud, more or less.
Thinking out loud, like
To myself, but I'm
doesn't
saying
have
it out.
Steven doesn't have a filter, and he's just kind of thinking out loud.
Yeah, because I'm like amazed by having this fucking bear that's like. Then they're babies.
He sets down his pipe. He does like a tripod stance. Blood, bile, brown, yellow, does that for like 30, 40 seconds. And he's got 10 bullets in each hand.
I take my sack because I can't touch him.
Dumps them in.
Sweet, thank you. Because I'm assuming if I can wear gloves, if I can touch it in the sack, I can use gloves.
Find out, I guess.
Do you ask him?
Yeah, sure.
No, don't touch them at all. Those are hugely cursed. Give them to your enemies.
I got bullets, man.
Here, have a bullet. Don't shoot them at them. Just hand them the bullet.
It doesn't matter if you touch them or wear gloves.
Well,
They'll kill you.
But how can you put it? I guess how can I?
I
carry
told
them,
you,
though?
it's not that mean.
Yeah, but what? I mean, like, if they're in the sack and I'm touching the sack, why can't I wear gloves? That's like a sack.
Think of the axe like Mama Bear. Mama Bear's sitting here. Sometimes I'll take a nap on her. Sometimes the cubs will take naps on her. But if you punch her in the jaw, she's going to rip your head off. The axe is Mama Bear.
Right, but how am I? Okay, I got these bullets. I'm over.
Figure something out.
He's just like, so what are the bullets?
No, it's a freaking. What are the?
Just write 20 cursed bullets.
I mean, if we're playing normal D&D, I'd know how to solve this problem. Just use Mage Hand to load the gun.
Your attacks with them have boost 4 and some other stuff.
And some other stuff.
Yeah, if I hit with them.
Don't fumble.
They still have other stuff.
Fumble.
What's that?
They still have other stuff.
That's what I like about the fumble mechanic too. Like the better you are at something, the less likely you are to fumble.
Mm-hmm.
It really, you know what I mean?
I
Yeah,
was
well,
fumbling
okay.
with 13 die.
Yeah.
It's hard to do. Congratulations.
I am quite lucky.
There's a skill in itself.
It's like rolling how many freaking natural ones on a D20.
Any other random questions about the kings, the meaning of life for Caliphate?
Why don't you have a belly button?
And nips.
None of us do. Why do you have a belly button?
I cannot answer this.
All right then. What's that?
How many of your kind exist? Still.
He literally starts holding out his hands and goes, like he's literally counting on his fingers. A bunch.
Okay.
So he's not very.
There's he understands what you're asking, but he doesn't have the words to like explain to you how many of his people there are. If you ask him how many people are here in Askanet, that's a different question, and he can answer that more readily. It's 3.
So it's pretty fair. Well,
So, why did they assume power, the other people in Cernomino?
They're afraid.
Of what?
Our king.
So you guys aren't the kings?
I'm not. I'm king of nothing. I'm a warrior. I'm a fighter. I'm a brawler. They're
Dandies? That's what you called them before.
They're dandies. They're kings of Cernominel, but they have a queen of their people, and she has a king. And they are afraid of the king. They stole that staff that they had, that I told you about, they stole it from him.
Well, that doesn't seem very smart.
Yeah. That's why they hide behind walls.
oh, okay. So what we're saying is we might be working for bad people. Ish.
Why doesn't your king take it back?
because of the way Moling's Cradle is. I'm not a sorcerer. I don't know much about your magic, but there's so much of it here. It makes it hard for people like me to get here.
How do you guys even get here?
We have to tear a hole from our place to yours. And all your magic shit in Moling's Cradle makes it hard to open that wide enough. You open it and all that shit comes through, and it's hard for us to pass through. I can get through because I got this scar and it fucks me up. They did a trick with that staff, and that's how they got through.
So what we're saying is we might have to get you the staff.
I mean, I'm
Good luck.
yeah. I mean, maybe that's a conversation for a later date. But what
Of
I'm
course, we're talking with the guy that is the king. Yeah, forget about him. Just kidding. I mean, that may be stuff that you're learning too.
There's definitely stuff that Anton's learning. Yes, absolutely. Yes.
About us or everything else in general.
He didn't
Yes.
specify.
Okay.
I
I don't
was
think
it
I
our-
have anything else.
Was it nighttime? Is it something like?
you guys took a rest. It's probably it's whatever time you want it to be.
I'm just wondering if it's like, can we take a rest here?
Absolutely.
Get it
Yeah.
last.
Come on.
Yeah.
We got all kinds of smoked fish and shit that Sarah Nominal sent this way.
Might as well take him up on the offer. It's probably the best.
Safest
There's-
place
yeah.
to be right now.
Yeah.
How many other places in the wild do you get 4 giant bears to protect you?
That's what I mean.
He's over here playing.
Yeah.
It's like a
Yeah, that seems like that's
Wrestling.
They would absolutely wrestle with nothing.
Yeah.
I love it.
Well, they're cubs, so they would. Yeah.
Well, I mean, not as this stands as tall as their mother on shoulders, so he should. Yeah. They're like big dogs to him.
Yep.
Are the cubs also blood mages?
No.
Oh, it's just mama
It's just
bears.
mama bear.
Okay.
So what makes them blood mate?
So there's this disease called Hex. Are we done with the scenario?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
I-
We can finish the recording. That's it for session 4.